Oh, I'm live. I guess I should say something, huh? Alright, well, let's do a tweet about it. Let's see, did Discord post the link? It did! Yay! Copy. Copy link. And we'll paste it here. Alright. Any noteworthy Twitter notifications? Nope. Oh, this guy gave me a reply in Chinese. Hang on. Chinese to English. So he posted some other brand as OE rebranding. Oh, okay, thank you. Rebranding Amber 35.8, which is this guy right here in red and black now. I had an Amber 35.8. Yeah, what, Lauren? I did. What's up? You can just set it to the side for now. I'll wash it later, okay? Sure, no problem. Alright. Let's bring up the chat. So, I think we're going to start with... I actually didn't finish putting back together the Infig INX from earlier today. The INX SE. Which I think I've opted to... I was thinking about harvesting it, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is for now. Get some of this out of here. I'm incredibly happy with how this INX turned out, though. I absolutely love the glossy feel, plus this like transparent blue. It looks so good in person. Kenny, hey, Merry Christmas to you too, Kenny. So why don't we start by putting back together this INX SE. I think I'll just hang on to this. I was going to try to sell it, but I think it's not worth any money because it's like heavily modified and it's a pretty garbage tier sensor. So like I'll get like 10 bucks for it. And it has some unique TTC switches in it, which like part of me is like maybe I should just desolder them right now. It has a TTC silver encoder, 12 millimeter. Should I desolder the things and just harvest it for now? It also has right angle 2-pin side buttons. It ain't Christmas for me anymore. That clear blue mouse looks so good. Yeah, I know, dude. Very happy with it. I posted pictures to my Twitter if you want to see any more. But it's just in person too. It's like a steel blue. It's really nice. Somehow when I was polishing it, it like cracked part of the shell, which is just wild. I don't know how. But yeah, she's glossy. She's glossy, boys. Should I harvest the INX SE right now? I'll freaking do it. You know what? I was like, I'm not going to do it, but I will. I will do it. Watch me do it. And then I got a ton of mice to do. I don't even know how many I'll get through. Let's bring up OBS, make sure that's looking good. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to do it on this mouse pad, and this mouse pad's going to get really gross. But, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I got to just not care. So, when I do solder, do I have my green mat I can still use? How's the reflection when I use the green mat? So I can put down the green mat when I'm soldering. That way it doesn't burn a hole in the... So one of the things I learned is that these mats give like a reflection that kind of messes up my camera when I'm taking photos. Yeah, and then it goes away when I... Okay, so when I take photos, I will do it on the mouse pad. 54% battery on my phone. That's a-okay. Yeah, so let's just start out by... Whoops. Let's just start out by harvesting some components, huh? I want to repair this mouse too. Well, repair it. I took out a screen to be able to put grip tape on it. It's actually a pretty nicely built mouse. It's just that it's like not a shape for me. But big old scroll wheel on this boy. I like this black mouse pad better. Yeah. Better. Better. Hey, better. Should I even take out the battery? Yeah, this is a 500 milliamp hour battery that only weighs 8.3 grams. So I will just fully harvest this mouse. I guess it's not really worth any money, so... I just put it back together before I started the stream. I guess that's what I get for being indecisive, huh? Yeah. That's okay. 1.5 millimeter. We can leave the PCBs together. Actually, no, because I need to desolder them, so. The scroll wheel might come in handy, same with the rubber. Put that in my scroll wheel bin there. Better. Yeah, maybe I can use these components for something. Like, maybe I can use the cable for something. I don't know. In case I ever ruin a cable. Well, the warranty's well voided, so there's no reason in me keeping this glue on. Okay, these TTC switches. Oh, maybe I should have swapped the buttons. That would have been fun. I don't really feel like spending the time to do that. Like, part of me wants to, but with live stream, I kind of want to, like, move things along a little bit. Gotta turn on my fans in here. My light gets me all warm. Let me know how volume level is too. I think I rewatched the stream and it might have been a little quiet. I don't know, it depends what the vibes are. Maybe some people prefer like the music vibes and other people prefer the talking vibes. What are you fixing, says Solout. Not fixing anything right now, just taking apart an Infic INX SE. Did I toast this? Damn near did. Just harvesting some components from this because it's not worth any money now that I've had it like super modded. Yeah, we'll just grip it like that and then see if we can desolder it. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. 190-degree Huano down, 1 to go. It's perfect right now. I like a good mix of both, says Myank. Okay, cool. Thanks, Myank, for your feedback. Well, did you guys do any Christmas celebrations? Soul Out, are you like the only American in chat right now? I don't know what... Maybe you guys also... Well, I don't know about Kenny. I don't know where you're from, Kenny. It ain't Christmas for me anymore, though. So that means you are ahead of me. It's 9 p.m. Eastern right now. 9:08 p.m. What'd you guys do for the holidays? Anyone do anything fun? For me and my wife, we just hung out at home. Kind of a bummer, but... we still had a good day. Took the dog for a walk, ate some delicious Christmas leftovers, played a 15-round game of Mario Party. So that was all pretty good. Let's do the encoder next, or a switch. Let's do a switch. It's sometimes easier to get a switch out and then worry about the encoder after. Encoder? Yeah, I'm from the UK. Didn't do anything fun, really. Okay. Ain't mince pie? Lol. Wait, what's mince pie? Wait, isn't that like mincemeat? Spoke to a couple friends and that's it. Man. So why nothing with family, huh? I don't know, it's weird. Christmas used to be like a big deal for my family growing up. And I don't know, you get older and life changes. It's not all about like getting together with the cousins anymore. Now these TTC switches are pretty interesting. And I get 2 of them. We might as well desolder middle mouse too. This PCB is still wild, dude. They have this like crazy small sensor for being like a S205 sensor. They put all this effort into optimizing a mouse with a crappy sensor. Do people just not know any better? I don't know, man. I feel like the enthusiast crowd, like, they at least know what a 3390 that a 3395 is good, right? Call it mincemeat. Mince pie is probably smaller. Is that like a mince pie? Is that like a chicken pot pie? Mincemeat is little like diced up sausage, right? I thought. My family appreciate quality time over gifts. Yeah, that's good. I know, mine does too. My wife's family was kind of big into gift giving. For me, Christmas as like a kid growing up was like hanging out with the cousins and playing board games and such. We did like do a gift exchange, but it was like not at all the focus of it. Actually, the main focus would have been the meal. Coming from an Italian family, yeah. Yeah, those TTC switches here, if you guys want a closer look at one that has actually cooled off properly. I showed these off on the stream earlier, but maybe you guys haven't seen it. Yeah, so I think these are like a TTC Nihil switch. But I thought WL Mouse had exclusivity with those. I don't know. But I'm in my mid-30s, so gifts don't mean anything to me. Parents are getting all their quality time. Yeah, for sure. Mince pie, then they are small, sweet pies with a mix of dried fruits. Oh, cool. Dude, I love dates. I love dates. Dates are delicious. Oh boy, desoldering an encoder that you actually want to save is actually kind of tricky. I feel like it's pretty uncommon that all the solder actually cooperates. Making some progress. You guys can't really see it, but I can like feel it as it kind of slides. I feel like the USB connector always gets warm whenever I desolder encoders. I don't know why that is. So yesterday at Christmas with my side of the family, I met one of my cousin's boyfriends. They're both in college. Well, working / in college. And he is an electrical engineer working at a company that I probably shouldn't say the name because it's a small business, but they make like diesel tuning components for diesel vehicles and for agriculture, you know, diesel engines and semi trucks and, you know, lifted diesel boy trucks. And he says he also does some PCB design. I feel like PCB design would be kind of fun. Like, you know, I know you can go on like DigiKey and design your own and all that. But something about like min-maxing space constraints and cost and I don't know, some of that sounds fun to me somehow. No idea if I'd be any good at it, but I don't know. That looks clean enough. I'm gonna hit that big grounding lug one more time. See how that worked out. Yeah, and the encoders are always like hella hot after you desolder them. I mean, even my helping hands will get pretty toasty. So there's the PCB, the remaining PCB. I will bother to desolder the holes. Why not? I'm here already. I'm in it, you know? It's like once you're in it, you might as well just get it done. If only it was that good. Dates are delicious. High blood pressure fruits make me stay consistently not looking for any soft drink. Yeah, that's good. Salty snacks are my weakness. I like sweets, but I love snacks more. And I grew up without any snacks, so I blame my parents for my lack of self-control, even though it's 100% my fault. You guys see that Battlefield 6 is 30% off right now? If I didn't have a kid on the way, I'd be tempted to get it, I'm not gonna lie. Just to have like a Battlefield game that is actually alive. I don't know, man. The only game I play now is Crab Champions. A roguelike third-person crab shooter. I could see if my buddies are down to play tonight. I technically work tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm thinking about not going in and just taking a vacation day. There's gonna be like no one there. I don't know. And the thing is if I get this... If I get this job that I've mentioned here and there on the stream, that I had an interview at, this 3D printing company. I don't know if my current employer would... Their policy is that they pay out PTO, but also their policy is that you get your full PTO at the start of the calendar year. So if I get, let's say, 15 days of vacation at the start of the calendar year, then I quit. No way are they like instant paying out 15 days. Like I feel like that is... I feel like I should not expect that. So I have 3 days that I'm carrying over from this year. They allow us to carry over our vacation days into Q1. And I kind of respect that. I know some people are like really against carrying over PTO. Some people are like totally expect it. I understand that vacation time is like meant to be used so you have a break from work. So I get the idea of like use it or lose it. No extensions. But I also get extending it at least a little bit so that not everyone is out of the office for like the same... Everyone's gone for the same month of December and nothing gets done. So I don't know. I kind of want to use a day. I'm tempted to use a day tomorrow because if I get this job, which is a big if, you know, things looked positive, but then I haven't heard anything, so maybe not. But if I were to get this job, I probably would not be cashing out all of my PTO. So I would be losing some PTO. So it's like I might as well take a day. But like if I go into the office tomorrow, it's also going to be a pretty chill day. Both of my bosses are going to be out of the office. I'm not going to lie, I'd probably do a little bit of prep for Mousecast, and then in addition to actually a project that I did like this R&D design a long time ago that I never fully finished the drawings for it because it got like really put on the back burner. And those have been nagging me in the back of my mind. My supervisor, you know, didn't say like, oh, we need to get these done. He also was like, yeah, we can put that on the back burner for now. But me personally, I don't like having that like hanging chat out there. I don't know if that's the right term. Hanging chat, isn't that like a voting term? I don't like having something on the back burner that's so easily forgotten about. And it's the type of thing too that it's easy to forget about until the day that you suddenly need it. Like we suddenly sell this R&D thing that I designed, and then it's like, oh no, we need it to be 100% completed. I don't know. I guess we could account for the time with that, but... Alright, yeah, my TTC switches are all here. What kind of game is Crab Champions? Might give it a try. Yeah, Soul Out, you should, dude. If you download it, I'll freaking play with you tonight. It's a roguelike third person crab shooter, if that makes it does not help, does it? Yeah, it's a third person PvE. It's pretty fun. Has decent replayability. I play it with Daz and with another buddy of mine. Daz has been getting really into it. He's probably like, I'm just about completed with the game, but I'll still play it because it's fun. But Daz would probably, I don't know, he might be available tonight, I don't know. I'll send them a couple quick DMs. But yeah, you can look it up, Crab Champions. It's $10, I think. I know it's gone on sale before, but probably not anytime soon. I don't know, maybe it'll go on sale. Actually, can we just look it up? Steam. I need to change this to... You guys are free to add me on Steam if you want to. Crab Champions. Oh, it is! It's 30% off right now. Yeah, you guys should try it. It's $7. It's fun. It's a simple game. It's, you know, you clear each island. You clear every island by island, and when you finish an island, you get loot, and you pick your loot to change your build. There's different difficulties and different weapons that you can use, and I mean, there's like, if you're not a person who likes roguelikes where you're grinding islands and min-maxing special abilities and stats, then you're not gonna like it. Yeah, but it's like a third-person shooter. If you're like an aim-heavy person, you definitely can do builds that having good aim benefits you. But if I'm being totally honest, by the time you get like... We usually play to wave 56. If you get to wave like... By the time you're at like wave like 30 or 40, your build's usually so crazy that aim doesn't matter a ton. But early on it does. And I mean, you can still play for aim if that's like... Yeah, like he was using a minigun there, which is a good aiming weapon. Yeah, there's like little mini bosses, and yeah, laser cannons are a good one. Kind of has Fortnite vibes to it, like the fonts. Yeah, it is cartoony like that. It's developed by a guy named Noisestorm, who's he made the Crab Rave song. He's a DJ, and he developed this himself. He's not at all a game dev. And apparently he sold like 1 million units, so $10 a copy, dude. Even with a good cut going to the publisher, he's doing pretty okay for himself, probably. And it's a good game. Yeah, for $7, it's well worth it. I gifted it to Daz. I was kind of concerned he wouldn't be into it, but he was. I'm gonna message he's probably spending the day with his family, because I forget that it's like Christmas. I don't know why. Oh, poor Lauren's yelling at the dog to go potty. Some tips for removing encoders. If you are not going to salvage the encoder, just clip it. Just cut it all off and then pry the pieces out. That's honestly easier. Otherwise, the method that I do, the phalanges method, is I use my helping hands to grab on, and then this thing's a hefty cast iron weight. So I'll use it to pry, and you add heat, and you can watch me solder. I put a ball of solder and I kind of move it back and forth, and I'm wiggling this the whole way, and you'll kind of walk it out little wedges at a time. That's how I do it. That's probably not the best way, honestly. If you have a really good desoldering pump, or maybe you use desoldering wick, you can remove... You'll want to remove the lugs, the grounding lugs. I don't know what to call these, the mounting ears. Desolder those first, and then go to the pins. It's just a lot of practice. So this is a 12 millimeter, and I'll just throw it in here for now. Okay, so the ribbon cable I'm keeping. Also, the ribbon cable I'll just throw in here. And why don't we put this back together then? Is that it? Wow. Yeah, that's it. Wow, holy smokes, okay. Oh, wait, am I getting a screw? Oh! Oh, because the side button PCB. So I'm actually missing 2 screws here. Well, there's 5 silvers, and then I need 2 blacks for the side PCB. Oh, there's the other one, okay. I'm just gonna partially screw these in now without the... Oh, no, I can't. I actually do have the side PCB. See, that might be useful for, like, if I need that connector. I don't know, that's some pretty small soldering. I probably won't. Yeah, I hope I don't ever have to do that. It's very easy with a heated pump, which I shill every stream. Yeah, I believe it. As long as your heated pump can get between the pins, but yeah, heated desoldering pumps are pretty great. Again, I use one. If I like carrot, I would. It's just not versatile enough. I don't know, maybe if I had like a bigger desk. No, honestly, my desk is big enough. I would just need to prioritize it and give it a dedicated spot to it. And then I just need to remember to turn it on and plug it in. I don't know. I could even put my desoldering pump and the soldering iron on the same circuit so that when I flip one switch, they're both on and ready. Yeah, one day I do want to move down I want to finish my basement and move down there. That is on my to-do list. It's like the one major house project that it's kind of hanging over my head. And someday I'll do that, and I'll have a ton more space to stream and store mice. And I think my wife would be really happy too, because she kind of feels a little bit isolated when I'm up here in where I am right now is the bedroom. It has this huge, beautiful window, which is nice, but if I was down in the basement, then she could be down there too, reading or watching TV and being with the dog. Because Nova, also remember, whenever Nova's up here hanging out with me, she's not with my wife. Which my wife, I think, is sad about sometimes. So yes, finishing the basement would be really nice. I built a deck last year, finished it earlier this summer, and like, I'm so glad I did that. It's expensive. It was like $9,000 to do it all myself, but really, really glad I did it. Taking the dog out at night, so much easier now. Oh my goodness. It is so nice. Before, we were taking the dog to go potty in the front yard, so we'd have to be out there on a leash with her. Have her on a leash. Yeah. So that sucks. It's raining, you're out there. It's snowing, you're out there. So having the deck is so nice. We just let her out. Let her out on the lead. But every once in a while, I'm like, man, I wish I had done the basement instead of the deck. I don't know. The basement's probably going to be a little bit more work, but the basement can be done in phases. Like the deck, like the majority of the work is before you even put the decking on. The decking I basically did in a day with my dad, which is the part that you walk on. But like all the prep work to get to that, it's a lot. Especially since we had to go down to the frost level. Frost line. Alright, Infic INX. There we go, done. Gonna throw this in. I don't even know. I'm gonna throw it in a mouse cubby, but I don't know why, because I'm never gonna use it. It's not even a functional mouse. But there we go. Have you had any problems with ATK mice? If changed batteries that don't have their Mr. Wire, says Loner ZZQ. My mouse didn't charge after, went with different battery, which had a third Mr. Wire. The basement will be done in a few months. So the deck in one of your unboxing videos, really high quality work. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I used composite decking. Yeah, the only work that I had assisted, well, my dad helped me with stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely mostly me. But I did contract a guy to dig the holes for me. Why don't we do, let's see, do I want to do this RAWM mouse next? No, I want to do this Delux mouse that has something rattling inside. Oh, what? It just came out. Wait, what? It was a chunk of solder? Oh, wow, okay. This mouse is done? This is what was rattling around. Just a chunk of solder. I should put on Crab Champ's music. Sorry, to answer the question, yeah, you need a thermistor wire. I don't know exactly the logic behind why it's needed, but yeah, if you don't have a thermistor wire, pretty much all thermistor wires I've tried are like the same rating. Sometimes, like on one mouse, I forget which mouse, I had to like jumper it, or I had to put a resistor in line, I think is what I did. I forget. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this as is. I was thinking about replacing the skates. How do the skates feel on a pad? Dude, the Jinsoku is so fast. Yeah, the Jinsoku is one fast pad. I don't know what's wrong with the Delux. I don't know why I had it in my bag of mice that I needed to repair. I guess it was just that one rattle. I guess the RAWM, the click it's a little bit too light. I put FE opticals in this. Hey, Big Boom Test, good to see you. Probs will work, the weight goes up more. Does a 10k ohm resistor not work? You talking about the weight of a resistor? Lol. Alright. We're gonna do the RAWM. I don't like removing these foot pads, but middle mouse is just too stiff. And, dude, these encoders are nice, though. And, yeah, I'm gonna change back to TTC V2 opticals. I put FE opticals in this on stream, and I regret it. If I just hadn't touched it, it would have been fine. Oh, speaking of which, I need to put these skates on. There we go. Put some skates away, and then peel these skates off. RAWM Leviathan, dude, Daz absolutely loves his, which is great. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't used mine much because most of my time using mice is at work, and I use middle mouse a ton at work, and middle mouse is too stiff on this, on the Leviathan. So that, coupled with the clicks being a little bit too light, because I changed it, stock they were fine. Perhaps a bit too heavy, even. But I'm gonna give this mouse another shot with different switches. So we need TTC. Do I have TTC opticals in here? I do. Okay. And I do believe I don't even have room for... why don't we get the mouse apart first, actually? I don't even think it has the pins for mechanical switches. Because, like, as sad as this would be to say, I think I would maybe like to try some mechanical switches in here. Almond opticals don't feel good in this, which is like, I guess that's like, should have been the first question I answered. And it's because of the 20 degree, or whatever degree it is, the main buttons being on a daughter board that's angled. Such a shame. Hey, I almost got the RAWM Leviathan, just have to wait 2 more weeks because of the shipping. Yeah. Well, I hope you like it, dude. It's a really good mouse. It really is. Boom. Man, that disconnects so easily. The ribbon cable sure reminds me of how Rappu does their ribbon cables, though, huh? Yeah, I guess I did battery swap this. So I keep thinking I hear somebody walking by. That's so weird. Was it, in my videos, I always give the Windows sound warning if I'm about to plug a mouse in or unplug, because I know I've watched streams before, particularly ones that have Discord noises in the background. You hear somebody's Discord pinging a video, and you go check your Discord, and no notification. You guys know how, like, on Google you can check the frequency of words used over time? I bet you the word notification has exploded in popularity recently. Notification definition. Notification definition. Actually notifying somebody. Is there a usage over time? Oh, interesting. Really? It's decreased? Well, this only goes up to 2019. So it peaked in like the 90s? I feel like it should be more, no? It goes back, I'm sorry, this is covered up, but it goes back to 1800. Books Ngram Viewer. Oh, this is its use in published works. Okay. I need to slow down with the mouse purchases. Yeah, that is very fair. If you like mechanical switches, I mean, say what you like about mechanical switches, because I don't really get, like, different optical switches feel very different. If you don't like Omron opticals, that's fine, but the TTC opticals that come in the Leviathan do not feel at all similar. Not at all. They feel much more like a mechanical switch in terms of like how crisp and the moderate heft to them. This Kale optical encoder is really a gem, though. If you Google search Kale optical encoder Reddit, I think you'll see some close-up pictures of when I disassembled this mouse the first time. Yeah, it's a good piece of kit, man. It's got nice tactility without being loud. Well-defined steps that it really slots you in place each time. So like getting a limbo step, I mean, yes, it's technically possible. It's impossible with any encoder. But they just do a good job. It's just, yeah, middle mouse is so damn stiff, dude. That part kind of blows. Oh, they did a good job with the scroll wheel too. Hang on. How heavy is this? Let's use my autism weight measuring skills. Yeah, that's light, dude. Wow, for how big it is too. I'm gonna say like 1.39 grams. And more typical is probably like 1.8 range. It was close, you guys. 1.36. Yeah, it was close. Does this look gross? Is that... Am I gonna get comments on how gross my scale is? You guys feel better now? Because I wiped it down. You could change the middle mouse click. No, I would rather not, dude. This little push button thing. Oh, wait a second. Maybe it is... It's rather short. I was like... At first, I was like, bro... Do you not know what kind of switch it uses? And then I took a closer look at it, and look at the switch it uses. It might be... It might actually be replaceable. Yeah, the simple, like, the Panasonic dot switches are too tall. This guy's not too tall, though. I don't know if it's any better, though. Oh, this one is a little bit taller. By, like, just a fraction of a millimeter. It is lighter. Yeah, that RAWM one definitely is heavier. Let's see, what other options do I have here? These mute switches are a bit shorter. I could use a spacer on them. No, they don't have enough travel. Yeah, I could use this taller one here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Wow, yo, shout out. Who said that? Big Boom Test. Dude, thank you for the idea. At first I was like, no, I don't have any of those extra switches, but apparently I do. Oops. Did my headset do something? You buy your batteries with connectors or get them separately. Check the mouse modder spreadsheet. I have the link on there to what I buy. This is what I buy. 40 2020s from the XINJ store on AliExpress. It's like $15 for a pack of 10 before coins and cash back and coupons. And then we need to bin some TTC opticals. This Razer headset, dude, I really like it. It has a volume knob on one ear cup, and on the other ear cup it has this stupid scroll wheel, like literally a mouse scroll wheel. And it goes between prioritizing in-game sounds and spoken audio, and it's like a slider one side to the other. And I'm like, what? Who uses this? Like, why would you need that on a hotkey scroller? And you can't unbind it. So I don't know. I need to, like, every once in a while, I'll open up my Razer Synapse software when I have to because it decided to freak the heck out. Like, was it a mouse cast that my audio wasn't working because Synapse needed to update? It was so stupid. You can't use your headset when it needs to be updated, dude. Ridiculous. These are wildly consistent. Wow. These all feel pretty similar. Number 2 right here maybe feels a little weak. I like number 6. I like 4. I like 3. I like 2. I'll do 2 and 6. Boom. Done. Decision made. Are those Kale super silent yellows? Yeah, I do have some Kale silent yellows. They're not very good. The best silent switches that I have are the Huanos. There's a variety of them. These Huanos. The red dot. Brown shell's red dot, brown shell white dot. I think there's a couple other dot versions, and I forget what the differences are. But they all, if I recall, the red and white feel similar. If you want me to investigate further because you're interested in purchasing some, I can do that real quick. Where's my solder? There it is. What do you think about KLGM 8.0 switches? They're good switches. They're not like my absolute favorite. I do rather like the Glorious variant. They are a little bit lighter in tactility. You don't have as harsh of a sound. But they're a good spammable switch. They were a meta for a while back in like, what, 2022, 2023? They're a good switch. Like, for how loud they are, they don't have... they have a little bit of a spongy rebound. They have a pretty loud, hefty, tactile feel. They're good. Wait a second. That was the... Okay, here's the new switch. Oh, this isn't fully desoldered. It's got some goobers on one of the legs. Relatable. Which is more silent? Red, yellow, brown out of those. They're all the same quietness. They're all the same volume level. I think what changes is the switch life rating and maybe the tactility a little bit, like the click feel a little bit. I'd have to get them out and investigate. Which I will do that. Just tell me that you want to see that. Because the thing is with these live streams, I don't want to like go down some tangent that nobody cares about. But if you're like, I care, yes, I will. Pizza. That's our safe word, my ink. Okay. I think that's in there pretty good. Let's see how the scroll wheel, before I fully solder it in, let's see how the scroll wheel lines up.
Ramen.
Ramen. Okay. Yeah, the one problem is these middle mouse buttons, they just don't have a lot of travel, so sometimes spammability can be tough. People confuse. They think that like, oh, I need my HE switches to have the shortest possible travel. You don't want that. Your fingers aren't that precise. Leave it. TTS Raymond. I remember back in the days where Bearded Bob recommended the GM 8.0's red, if I remember. Yeah, those are also a fun switch. The blues and the reds. Oh, I forget. I have both, but I think it's the blues. Both of them have like a very eager collapse, which feels nice. That's why I like Omron Opticals so much. But the problem with those is they don't have a very good rebound afterward. You want a little bit of cushioning on the post-travel to help with rebound. And you want the rebound. You want a little bit of springiness too on the rebound. Again, to help with spammability. Okay. So, FE desoldering FE opticals. Oh, brother. These are not easy. These are not easy. My yank method doesn't always work the best, and I have to kind of... If I toast the... Yeah, if I toast the... Oh, I should take my encoder, my scroll wheel out of here. I don't need that. See the encoder though? Isn't the encoder kind of cool? It has 4 pins. Ow, that was hot. There we go. Are we in the camera? Yes, we are. Good. Proceed. Hey, it worked. Okay, that was easier than I thought. Cool. One switch down. Still clicks. Too light though. Yeah, FE Opticals, they just remind me kind of like Omron Mechanicals, where they just don't have the best tactile point. They have good spammability, like decent rebound, but not enough tactility. They're just not very confidence inspiring. Woo, that one came out real easy. What? Was not expecting that. Raymond, praying. What other mouse people are you guys like involved in their communities? Like, I don't just mean like, okay, so some of you guys, okay, first of all, I don't know if you guys came here, feel free to say if you came here from the Reddit notification, from YouTube, from Discord. But what other mouse and communities are you guys involved in? I know my Inc. you post to Mouse Review. Are any of you guys like active in Boardsy's Discord, or are you like really active on some Twitter DM group or something? I don't know. Just curious to see. Like, I use Twitter in general, I suppose. I don't really use any other Discords for mouse stuff. Like, I'm in Paracord with Jakku and Stubby. I'm in the Matrova Discord. I don't do anything in these Discords regularly though whatsoever. It's just Daz's. Very clean. God, this is progressing well, as long as I don't freaking burn myself. Almost 10 o'clock, huh? Okay, so the TTC switches. Oh, which one did I opt for which? So sometimes I bin right and left mouse separately. Yeah, I'll do left mouse for that one, right mouse for this one. I usually like a heavier switch on right mouse. And left mouse I usually look for one with better rebound. Again, for spammability. Country-specific mouse discords outside of Daz server and Reddit. Okay, yeah. Country-specific, yeah. Yeah, I imagine that's got to be... You know, being here in the US, I feel like... Well, I don't know if just websites do a really good job hiding other communities, but it's like... Every once in a while, you'll see a post to r/mouse review or a comment that's in Russian, or it's in Spanish or Hindi or something, and they'll just be downvoted. And sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, I mean, part of me is like, brother, like this entire website and thread that you're replying in is all in English. You might want to chuck that into Google Translate if you want a serious reply first before posting. But then the other part of me is like, damn, maybe they don't have anywhere else to go. We Americans are just so damn consumerist. Information on products, even though we have like many fewer people than India or China. I don't know, China's a behemoth though. As an American, it's just so easy to find information on things online, on products. But again, maybe Google and websites just do a really good job of only giving you relevant results from your country, for your region. I'm looking for news on Discord and YouTube more than Reddit. Viper mini clone shape, I love the shape. Says BUY Buitan Mathers. Lots of options. You got Epo Maker Click, you got Chaos M2 Mini, you got, some people call the Delux M800 Mini. It's close, but it's not quite. Deluxe M800 Ultra is closer, though it's bigger. You have the new Ueden Z7 that just came out. And I'm probably missing a handful. But they're out there. Glorious Series 1 Pro. Man, you can get those cheap sometimes. If you're in the US, dude, they're often at Micro Center for like, or they were at Micro Center for like $30. Crazy good value. Say what you want about Glorious. That's a good value. Z7 looks hella cool. Yeah. So I know if the coating is, if the surface finish is anything like the IPI is, or the Attack Shark, aka the Attack Shark R11, it's like, it feels like one of those holographic stickers that makes the zippy zippy zip sound when you run your fingernail over it. So it's actually like terribly slippery. Yeah, there's Z7s on AliExpress right now for like $88 US. And even if they were like $60, I'm tempted because it looks cool. But dude, that surface finish, if it's the same, it's disappointing. It's just slick. I don't know, if they put a coating over top of it, it would be good. But it's they like give it a micro texturing. I'm gonna buy it after the RAWM V4. Purple gold one looks sick. Yeah, I agree. The purple and gold is cool. I honestly would probably go the silver and gold. I'm kind of, I don't know, maybe that's a bad take. But I already have, I don't know, I have like so many colorful nice. Purple and gold, I do have the IPI Chi. I guess I don't have a whole lot of purple. Other than I do have like some purple blue fade stuff like Attack Shark R3, Attack Shark R2, Dharma Shark N7. All good mice that I need to use more. My country only has red and black. Sad. Oh, yeah. Well, middle mouse is much lighter now, but I don't know if it's like too light. I don't know. It just doesn't have a lot of these little push buttons. They just don't have enough travel to really feel good. I suppose I should plug this in before and make sure the switches and everything works before I fully commit to reassembling, huh? That would be the wise choice. Wise owl choice. Okay, let's plug in this big ass RAWM dongle. And we gotta press and hold the power button because it's RAWM. Okay. Cool, I left the Google information thing up. Okay. Left mouse works, right mouse works. Scroll wheel works. Cool. It's working! Press and hold on the power button. Hey, it turned off. I think. No, it didn't. Gosh dang it, RAWM. Press and hold power buttons. Can die. I deserve that $15 flamingo mouse. Hello, Nova. Sorry, guys, my fly was down that whole stream and nobody said anything. Why is your nose wet, honey? Hi. Hi, you're wagging your tail because you're happy to see me. Yeah, I'm happy to see you too. If I had a tail, would I be wagging it? Sure. Oh, you're so cute. That's a good dog. You had a good walk today? And we played a little bit inside too. Sorry, I just said a trigger word. It's too late, honey, for that. I know, I said the trigger word. I know. Oh, you just want love. You just want love. Yeah, you do. I know. Should I set up that third phone that I have as a dedicated Nova cam? I'll just put it over myself. People don't need to see me. They just want to see you. Yeah, he's just silly girl. Oh, so that means you left mommy, and so she's probably a little sad. Especially since her sports ball boys lost today. Okay, do I do anything about these clicks here? I fulcrum bent this guy. Maybe I'll fulcrum bend it back to stock? I don't really know, man. Fulcrum bending is trial and error, unfortunately. We really just want Novacam. I don't blame you guys. Sure. I can do this. Do it like this. Oh, you know what I need to do? I forgot. I got paid like $17 for doing jury duty, and I think I need to activate my... They give you a little debit card, and I preload it onto the debit card. I don't think I've done that yet. I need to get on that. I wonder how many mice Rapu sells. I hope their sales of this whole Gen 2 stuff that they're doing, I hope they're good sales. And that signals to the rest of the industry that this is what consumers want. Like, one discussion question that I'm going to talk about on Mousecast is, I think this week, is, well, maybe not, is, do we want... Okay, so if you guys don't know, the Logitech G304X was just announced. Released? Announced? I don't know. It's an updated G305. So it gets the updated, like, newest hero sensor. Not that the old one had any problems. It gets a lower weight of 57 grams with a rechargeable battery, and it's the classic egg shape. Same skates even, it looks like. So the question is, do we want office mice to have, like, gaming mouse shapes? Oh yeah, I also saw that. Yeah, okay, this is going to be a Mousecast this week because I saw an Acer mouse that was using the Kisona Jupiter shell. Now, it's using some, like, garbage tier office sensor, right? But the point is that it's in a Kisona Jupiter shell, so it's like basically a Viper V3 Pro, but slightly larger because that's what the Kisona Jupiter is. So the question is, like, you know, office mice tend to be, like, egg shapes, or, like, sometimes they'll be kind of goofy and, like, uber ergonomic. Or do we want office shapes to be, like, now that FPS mice are such safe shapes, like, why aren't there more office mice that are just GPWs, GPXs, rather? Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to make that fulcrum slightly stiffer. Oh, dang it. Can I even get to it? Can I get to it without disassembling? Oh, I think I can unscrew it. I might not be able to screw it back in. In the T-Volution, I think they're going to make this public, so I think that's why I've talked about it. I think it's okay to talk about it. In the T-Volution survey that was sent out to a bunch of reviewers, one thing they talked about was, do we need to develop a mouse to have an internal skeleton structure? And I should have asked Joel I could ask him what the result was for that. My opinion is you don't need it. If it's, like, in a significant R&D cost, like, a well-made, traditionally, like, simple built top-bottom mouse shell design works great. And you don't need to reinvent that wheel. Alright, yeah, these TTC V2s feel better. Faux shizzle. I gotta check the scroll wheel. As sad as is it to say that if that's better, that legitimately makes me use mice more. Just because I use the mice at work and then I come home and maybe I do some gaming at home and I'll just use whatever I brought to work that day. Yeah, so you know how Lamsu mice come with the little carrying pouch? I legitimately use those. Because I take it to and from work. I'm not saying that mouse makers should include those in the box. Like, maybe if you sell, like, a super premium mouse, especially if you're, like, I don't know, you want to go to, like, LAN events or something. Oh no, scroll wheel is not... Oh, it's like perpetually pressed in. I have to press up on it to click. Okay, so that means top shell. Okay, that means top shell is probably pushing down too hard on it, because that switch was ever so slightly taller, like half a millimeter, if that. So top shell is probably pressing down on it. We have so many of those in my country. Brands copy shells and add its office sensor Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that doesn't happen here in the US. Everything, like, you go to any office building and it's like there's like some generic, like for wired mice, you'll get your classic, I can Google some. Computer mouse wired USB. Yeah, they'll be like this. You know, you have like Acer ones and Dell ones. Here's a Logitech M100. Yeah, they'll be like this. Amazon Basics, I've seen these before. Yeah, here's a Microsoft. And then another one is like common Logitech wireless laptop mouse. These like mini mice are really popular too. These ones are itty bitty. And then sometimes you'll find like wireless ergonomic mouse. Not necessarily crazy vertical mice like this, but you'll see like a lot of these. People who then care will use like an MX Master or knockoffs of it. Sometimes you'll see trackballs used in offices. I don't see vertical mics like this all that often. It'll be more stuff like this. It'll just be like super ergo. You know, I think like Logitech G604. Yeah. So like the idea of using an FPS mouse shape is a little foreign, but I think like a GPW shape should be good. Like, why didn't Logitech ever make a office version of the GPW actually? Like, seriously. Different departments that just don't talk to each other? I don't know. Yeah, so that scroll wheel gets stuck down. So why don't we remove the buttons and see what's going on here? Pretty nifty with the skeleton structure. I can leave things in place and just remove the buttons and take a look at how the scroll wheel is. It's actually kind of hard to see. Let's try removing the other button. Yeah, okay, there's a piece that presses down on that. Okay. So I gotta take that off. I just browsed and saw an Office Super Strike. Really? That's funny. Like with the white shell black buttons. That's great. Man, I'm really washed out. My EV is too high, probably. I think I boosted the EV on this so people could see Nova. There's EV of 0 right there. That's a lot better, isn't it? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that's much better. I did it for the dog. Do it for the dog. Yeah, so the part that was pressing on it is this foam pad right here was pressing down on the button and keeping it pressed. So let's just remove the foam pad for now. I'm gonna try to save it though. I said I'm going to try to save it. There we go. Yes, adhesive came with it. Okay. I didn't do like the best job, but it sort of works, so. And then I'm going to trim that down. It has like a little bit of a lip to it. Let's see if I can do this while keeping it actually in the camera screen. It's funny, for something like this, I feel like the... Did that just wobble? Oh, that is kind of wobbly. That's funny. That wobble. Yeah, I can see it better on the camera than I can IRL. And then I will take this to just deburr a little bit. Oh, sorry, that was not on camera, but yeah, not really a whole lot to it, just deburring it. I don't know, when I have my Dremels, I like having, I'm not gonna lie, I really like having 2 Dremels, because then you have 2 bits just ready to go. Alright, why don't we see how that was. I'll put the buttons in first, because they might be kind of a pain in the butt to get in with. Pain in the butt to get in with! The screws kind of at an angle. Mouse page is left on the other screen. Yeah, thanks, my ink. I actually, just, like, right before you said, before I read that message, I was like, I think I still have that up. Not that it matters. I don't think you guys really, I mean, this is a static image. I guess you might be able to zoom way the heck in and see what the name of the song is from this Spotify Deck the Halls PGN Music EDM Christmas Carols is what we're listening to. This is the last day that this music can be played. Isn't that sad? I was driving through my neighborhood yesterday night, so Christmas Eve night, and I'm seeing all my neighbors, and I mean, nobody in my neighborhood goes like crazy hard with the decorating, but some of them, you know, everyone has like, you know, at least half the people have some lights out, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, we're all suckers. We all have to put this down. Take all this crap down. Yeah, so after Christmas holidays, what's the next, like, vacation day for working Americans? I know some people who have government jobs, they get, is it MLK Day off? I remember we got that off in school. Which it's, son of a gun, when is MLK Day? Is it in January? Shows how much I remember. I think this was to hold down the battery previously. I could just snip that off. Those screws are just barely long enough for me to fit my screwdriver in it. Alright. Yes, cool. Much lighter. Not the most spammable though, but it is lighter. Yeah, it's just that they don't, it just doesn't have a lot of travel. I do like how they did this ribbon cable though. I like it when they have the ribbon cabling off to the side like that, because then for reassembly you just put your thumb like that. Just slot it in. Easy peasy. Yeah, the base also comes off pretty easily on this mouse, which is rather nice. You know, one thing is, by having a structure in there, man, that thing's rigid. You don't have to have, like, super tight tolerancing on the bottom shell, probably, because, yeah, your strength comes from the inside bracket. January 19th, according to Google, that sounds right. So I won't get that off. I think some federal, like, employees will get that off. Like, I have a buddy who works for the government, well, technically a government contractor, but I guess they give him government holidays. So like he gets like, oh, what was the one in November here? Was it like George Washington's birthday or something? Oh, I forget. And he was like, yo, you want to play some games? Are you off today? And I was like, no. Why would I be off? And he was like, it's this holiday. And I was like, oh, lol. I didn't know that. What if someone tears the ribbon off? Do folks on AliExpress stock those too? The ribbon on the PCB? I don't think so, buddy. I think you're SOL and you're going to be buying a new mouse. I broke a ribbon cable on. I have a perfectly functional ES21 below the desk right now, but no worky because, yeah, I broke one of the ribbon cable connections. Sad. These RAWM skates are really good. They're a little thin, if I'm being honest. They're just a little thin. Yeah, the Luna 33 is really the benchmark in stock skates. Yeah, those were probably the best stock skate experience I've tried. I don't even know if they're necessarily my favorite. I don't know if I have like a favorite skate, but they're just really thick, really nicely rounded. Oof, Daz is sick. I hope he's feeling well enough for Mousecast tomorrow. He's been sick for a while. His kids have... I don't know what the actual virus is called, but the illness is called hand, foot, and mouth. So I think it's like a cold or a flu. I'm not entirely sure for adults. For kids, they'll develop rashes on their hands, though. So he said both of his kids have that. Yeah. I'm guessing that's from like going to daycare. Dude, it's crazy how often kids get sick. Like, I'm really scared about having kids and, like, just having to use up all my time off just because my kids are sick or to be able to do things for them. And it's not like that I need, like, the time off to, like, oh, I need a personal day. I mean, as nice as that is, I don't really do that often. I usually take my days off for vacations only. And I usually don't get sick too often, but I'm sure kids are little germ factories, so I'm sure I'll be challenged on that. Alright, that's better. Much better. Yeah, cool. I'm happy with that. Cool. RAWM Leviathan is done. Put this mouse away. Oh, I gotta find spots for everything, man. Mang. Yeah, mang. Oh, here's a mouse I can mod real quick, too. Did I polish this one? Yeah, I kind of want to fulcrum bend this guy. I'll fulcrum bend this guy real quick. Especially since... I think I can do that pretty easily with this mouse. Because you don't have to fully disassemble these. Let me just put some of my stuff away. This is a Glorious Sirius 1 Pro, by the way. What do they call it? There's the different colorways. There's Vidar, Centauri, and Genos. This one is Centauri. Red and black. What do we have for our weight? Oh, do we want to see the Leviathan's weight? So the only thing I swapped in it was the battery, which was a 300 milliamp hour down to a 150, so there's not going to be a big difference. 49 grams. Yeah. For the size of the mouse, it's pretty good. $43-ish grams, 42.97 on this guy with dot skates. Pretty good. Armor Opticals in it. Yeah, Viper mini shape. It's fine. I aim well with it, but it's just still not the most comfortable mouse for me. So why don't we crack this sucker open? How do you guys prep for Mousecast? What a good question. So throughout the week, I do so. Daz doesn't really do a whole lot, to be honest, and that's fine. I just want him there to be like co-host. Otherwise, it's just like one dude's opinion, and I feel like I'm a lot less credible. But having him there as like a reviewer is pretty huge. So throughout the week, I have a Google Doc that hey hun. Okay. Yeah, no problem. I don't know. We'll see how late I stay up tonight. Yeah. She was asking if I'm going to work tomorrow. Like I said, like both my supervisors are off. Yeah. So how do we prep for Mousecast? So throughout the week, I add things to the Google Doc. You'll sometimes see me on Discord ask people for links for things, and I copy paste those links into a Google Doc. And what you guys don't see is on Mousecast, just like how you can't see like my hand over here because it's hidden by this stuff. When we're live streaming, I have the doc over on that side of the screen covered up by our faces and the Mousecast logo. So we just go through the doc one by one. I have the doc. You guys want to see it? I'll show it to you guys. Because you asked. Let's see, Mousecast. Let's turn off that. Let's turn off that. And let's go to Mousecast. I'll spoil this week's. It's fine. I actually need to do some cleanup here anyway. Yeah, this is what the doc looks like. Hello, everyone. I'm Phalanges. Oh, wait. This is an old one. Here we go. Here's the template. So I recently shortened I need to shorten it. I need to get into the content more quickly. Call to action, Discord. I'll delete those. What's on your desk right now? Yeah, here's a teaser. We're gonna be doing bingo cards for the New Year's, which is fun. Yeah, so Daz sees it first. So I try to get Daz. I asked Daz to be on at around 10:30, and we'll ask each other how our day has been and how we're feeling, and then I'll ask him to review the doc. We used to do a thing where he and I both pick out topics to highlight, and we don't really do that all the time. Recently, it's been more firing from the hip. Oh, this is cool to see. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, so the bingo card is going to be... There's a little bit of a teaser. We're going to do a 2026 bingo thing for... sometimes when I get content ideas, I'll throw them in here. So I'll be doing that, not on this stream, but on the next one. So I'm going to call this out. I need to remember to call this out and send it to you guys so that you guys can create bingo cards. And then if you want to post them to... our Discord, Daz and I will make some, and then maybe we'll react to yours, which would be fun. So as a little bit of a teaser, what do I have so far? I have Final Mouse Factory delayed, ULX milked again, because we were supposed to have the last ULX. ATK clones another Zowie. Steel Series remains irrelevant. Attack Shark moves to A tier with 3 solid releases. Razer AI dongle for $50 USD. Daz announces retirement. 3D printed mouse in a pro tournament. Yeah, those are what I have so far, and we'll come up with more live. So on the Mousecast, I will put this in the description and in chat, hopefully, if I remember. The polls, if we have a poll from the previous leak, we'll go over results. And then for the news segments, we have mice, then we have pads, keyboards, other. So like this week and other stuff, Vince Zampella died in a car accident. There's an issue with Maya X DPI inaccuracy. If you can read up on that, we'll talk about it. Community recap. This used to be Reddit recap, but I'm switching it to community. I could probably change the picture too, but it's just because Twitter's honestly better than Reddit, which is sad. And then personal ramblings. Like I got some Christmas traditions from Jonas from Max Gaming. How's your week been? Yeah, this is, and then the outro. And then a reminder, if anything's clippable, that I should clip it and upload it as a separate thing, and I never remember to do that. So who cares? I don't know. So why don't we Samsung Odyssey G6. Yeah, this is... I need to get a link for this. You guys see about this new dual mode 1040. Should we take the Samsung press release? That's a little wordy. Let's do PC Gamer. Sure. Why not? PC Gamer is fine. Matrova Pad roadmap. Yeah, this was also posted to Twitter. But sure, that works. Yeah, I'm always open to new content ideas too. Just don't be upset if I poo-poo on it because Mousecast is supposed to be really lean. Oh yeah, we have the tier list thing going on this week too. That's like the headline topic. So I actually need to talk with Daz. We'll talk before we go live if we want to do the tier list first or the manufacturer tier list or if we want to do the news. This is actually going to be a pretty dense week with doing the tier list and the news. Last week was so slow, I was like, oh, I should come up with a content idea. And it's been a while since we revisited it. What's this AliExpress thing? This is the Office mouse that I was talking about. And this is a discussion question. Here we go. This Crow Draco mouse is pretty interesting too. If you guys haven't seen this, we're going to talk about it. Really good stuff. Thank you, Elastics. Or yeah, I retweeted. Oh, I even bookmarked it? Huh. I don't really know how that even works, how bookmarking even works. So that is... And I think I want to move this up in the dock. So I try to get the more interesting stuff up sooner. So like Uweedon has a bunch of releases, and we're just going to kind of lump them together. So this is like the Uweedon H2 series. We have the Uweedon S9V2, which is a a 54 series Nordic refresh. I also have the Uweedon H3. And the Uweedon A7. What is this? Is this the Ergo one? A7, yeah, this one. It's like a G502 or Basilisk kind of a thing. GSO2 also looks like a Dex. 5090 on 720p can probably do 1000 FPS in esports games. yeah, we'll talk about that. Because Daz and I both have a 480Hz monitor. So, hey, hun. You going to bed? Okay. Give you a hug. This is a cool one here. I'll leave you guys with this. Take a look at this video. Nah. She'll come in here and she'll hug me. Jumps up and hugs me. You know, if I move the stuff down to the basement too, you won't have to worry about my sound anymore. Closing the door. Yeah, I do really want to move down to the basement at some point, huh? Well, not if you're down there with me. Oh, this is on, apparently? Oh, interesting. Ito Burrito. Well, we'll charge that. Yeah, I know. I just meant to click it. You like the DRG edition? Lauren just says she likes the DRG WL mouse. Beast X, specifically this kind of green. Yeah, it's a nice color. No, they are different. It's just, yeah, that's kind of a fun color. She was also looking at the Dharma Shark M3V2 green. Yeah.
Looks better in person.
Yeah, it does look better in person. Yeah. Oh, I got Twitter notifications. I know. Yeah, I did get more space. I'm probably going to live stream one day, like reorganizing my entire collection, because people like that kind of stuff. Honestly, compared to the live streams, like the modding live streams, like what I'm doing right now, more digestible, more clickable. So this Billy link, is this, how good okay, bye, hun. Yeah, this Billy link has some info on this CR Draco mouse. Billy videos. And Elo Shapes Twitter post. So Elo got, I guess, some early access to this CR Draco mouse. It's called the KO1. KO1. Epic Maker Carbonus, Crazy Light X2 N Leaks, the Frost Lord. We actually didn't see pictures of it before, but I found an eBay listing that had some other pictures. Logitech G304X. Oh my gosh, this is going to be our stupid. We have to talk about this. Maybe the manufacturer list is... Maybe we shouldn't do the manufacturer list, man. I don't know. Vimeo? Sure, we'll watch a video. Videos are good. I'm just going to have to watch out for the volume level because that was really loud. Posted by Devi Lung. Hell yeah, Devi Lung. So yes, this is what the dock looks like. Oh, the Infic 3D printed mouse. Alright, well yeah, so that is how we prep for Mousecast. We have a little dock. So yeah, if you ever wanted to, like, I don't know, you guys want to start up your own Mousecast podcast, call it something else preferably. But yeah, there is actually a little bit of work behind the scenes compared to what most people might think. This actually does consume probably like collectively throughout a week, an hour or two of my time. I just do it in little bite-sized bits. Yeah, there's actually a lot of news this week. So like the tier list is pretty nuts. So I need to actually prep the tier list. So if I search tier list, that was episode 26, I think it was, from May 28, 29. Mouse brand tier list. Okay, here's the tier list maker. And I'm going to have to add some more. Is this even interesting content to you guys right now? 9 people are watching? Sure. Why not? Okay, that's more people watching than when I was modding. I need to add some more manufacturers to the tier list. So I guess that's what you guys are going to watch me do now. What brands do I need to add to the tier list? Doing it live on stream right now, LOL. So guys, help me out. What brands am I missing? I'm going to post this. I'll post this in chat. Rules are, does your wife have an Emerald Jade says green themed build? No, she doesn't game. She has a Nintendo Switch. With what's the raccoon game? On the island? Animal Crossing. Anyway, so the rule is, guys, what brands am I missing? I am not going to put brands that have a single mouse product. I am not going to put them on the tier list. I am going to put them under honorable mention. So, like, unfortunately, I don't think it's fair to put, like, a Hitscan Hyperlight on there. Because you're only rating the one mouse. You're not rating the manufacturer. And the criteria for the manufacturer is... Can you recommend the brand going into 2026? I don't want to spoil too much because we are going to talk about this on Mousecast, but it got complicated with figuring out value. For example, where do you rank Razer versus ATK? Somebody on Twitter got a little upset with me because the thumbnail that I made for the video is a little bit inflammatory on purpose. I put ATK S tier, Razer B tier, and somebody was like, are you insane? How is that possible unless you're talking about value? But the thing is, like, Final Mouse has industry-leading performance. Are they therefore S tier? No, because they do stupid drops and they're creaky messes. So, and they're very expensive. I mean, like, WL Mouse is also, like, a really, really good brand, but if you want a WL mouse, you are paying over $100, often over $150. If you buy it from their website. Anyway. So, yeah, our criteria is, can you recommend it? Yeah, we have Fantech. Yeah, you guys click the link and take a look. I also might remove some, like Solakaka. I don't think even matters. Mamba Snake, I guess, can stay on there. Kaisona should stay on there. So, like... Oh, I could just skip over. No, we'll just leave it on there. We'll just leave it on there. It's okay. So what am I missing here? Like, what were some... Is Ueden on here? Iwiaden? Yep, okay. They're in alphabetical order, by the way. Like unfortunately, Mad Lions. Why do I have Mad Cats on here? Mad Lions is like VXE ATK, so that kind of stinks. Dark Project, Red Dragon on there is so funny. Yeah. I'm looking at like Santali is a single brand, so a single brands. Here we go. Silical, Hitscan, Luna, Orbital Works. Luna won't be single mouse for long. Santali only has a single mouse. Delux is on there already. Oh, Rapu. Is Rapu on here? Wow. Oh, no. Rapu is on there. Wow. Yeah, Rapu is going to be. And also, I have to think. So I phrased the question. Can you recommend the brand going into 2026? Because what I want to get across, guys, is I don't want to be judging a manufacturer based on their one product from 6 years ago. Like Rapu Gen 1 stuff is not that great. And Rapu Gen 1 stuff is like no probably territory. I don't think it would be e-waste because at least they have decent sensors in them. But like it's somewhere between like no and e-waste. But their Gen 2 stuff is like much better. Their Gen 2 stuff is, if you account for value and like recommending, they have all these shapes and Nordic 54 series for like 30, 40 bucks. They are a pretty strong proposition. Saber V2, just, yes, Corsair's on here. WL Mouse Incot's on here. Damo Shark, Attack Shark's on here. IPI, is IPI on here? Because IPI has the Chi, the Float, and now the... Is that it? I think I don't have IPI in here. IPI mouse. IPI mouse logo. There's Gaz's video. Wonder if I can get a logo of IPI. Their logo is really basic. IPI float mouse. Yeah, you guys feel free to rank them yourselves. Yeah, if you rank them and you post them in the Discord, we can react to that, to yours if we have time. IPI float. I just want the logo. There's a logo. So we'll just save this. We'll just save it as IPI. And then I have to add it here. Let's see. How do I edit this? Live voting poll. Interesting. So wait, we can do it live? Please log in first. That'd be kind of cool to do it live. We'll be doing it from the last modified. Okay, random tier list. Do I have to log in to edit this? Add additional images to your tier list. Images are not saved to the website, but will be included in your download. Save? Is IPI on here now? Incot. Oh, it added down here. So if I refresh the page, do I still have it? No, it disappears. Right? Yeah, okay, IPI disappeared. Okay, do I have to edit this? Son of a gun. I thought there would be a way to edit this. Clear row images. Okay, I don't know if there's a way to edit this. Well, shoot. Okay, well, maybe I have to do this like day of then, right before the stream. I'm gonna have to upload all the pictures. So what other brands am I missing, you guys? Like we have Pulsar on there. Like the CR Draco is not gonna be on there. Oh, like, I mean, I'm just gonna put honorable mentions. Zyberia, CR Draco. Oh man, hit scan Cougar? Cougar's kind of a one mouse. Cougar. Attack Shark. Ninjutsu's on there. Oh, Terra. T-Evolution is not going to be... I have Ninjutsu on there. Izaoi's on there. Steel Series is on there. Microsoft is not on there. They don't need to be on there. iRock? Yeah, I guess iRock could be on. iRock mouse. Like, what do they have? Daz and I just don't really have any experience with them. Yeah, there's the HE6 and the HE3. I guess that counts then. Okay, we'll put iRock on there. iRock gaming mouse. Yeah, we'll do Met Keys. Oh, hi, doggy. Why you just really flung the door open? Another thing you can do to check for new mice is Met Keys. Zaopin I have on there. Oh, Aula I think we have on there. Aula's going to have climbed in the ranks a little bit for sure. Oh, James Donkey needs to be added. So let me add James Donkey. And what did we just say? iRock. IPI. I have Uweedon on there. Epomaker I have on there. Or I think. RAWM? A good question. Is RAWM on here? RAWM is on here. And is Epomaker? Endgame gear? No Epomaker. Okay. RAWM mouse logo. Wait, why did I say RAWM? I literally have RAWM. Epomaker logo. Cool, that'll work. Let's do this logo. Save image as PNG. Epomaker. And I guess we're saving it as a PNG. Okay then. I thought I actually had... Did I have a Mousecast logo for... Oh yeah, tier list. Save. Okay. And then that means I need to move the IPI logo to that folder too. Mousecast. Tier list. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of prep work that goes into this stuff, guys. Then what were the other brands I needed? Were James Donkey. Let's save that to Mousecast tier list. I'll call this one James Donkey. And then what else? This one done. iRock IPI. iRock logo. Mouse? I might have to go to the MacKeys website to get a... There we go. There's the iRock logo. I guess that's their logo. I wouldn't have known it, but there it is. Daz and I are going to have a hard time live with that one, I guarantee it. He's going to be like, what is that? And I'm going to be like, I only remember that because we literally just talked about it yesterday. Yeah, WL Mouse, Glorious. Valkyrie, I guess, is like sort of a brand. Valkyrie Mouse. Because they have the M1, the M3. Man, they're just like a brand. Oh, they're just... We got Lamzu on there. Chaos, I guess, is technically supposed to be on there too. Whatever, we'll do it. We'll do Valkyrie. I don't think people are really going to care. People care about the main brands. Maybe I need to not get so caught up in completionism. Zero Optimum, he has technically two. Chaos has the M2, which is a rebrand of the Epomaker Click, and they have the M3 and the M1. The M3, I don't know what that's a copy of, but it's my favorite. And then the M1 is a Kaisona M617. Oh, Ausdum is one. Cyrox is on there. Like, am I getting too caught up in completionism though, guys? Did I not save this? Oops. There's just so many Chinesian brands. Valkyrie, Chaos, and Ausdom. Yeah, there we go. It's like a huge logo. I really don't need that big of a logo. Yeah, put this in Paint, make it smaller. It opens paint.net, dude. Like, I have two programs called, one's called paint.net, one's called Paint, and Microsoft Search just sucks. Crop, edit. Where is file? Wait, how do we resize in this? Is it this? Resize, percentage, let's do 25%. Okay, cool. Save. Mouse cast, tier list. Mouse done. And then we got Valkyrie, we got Chaos mouse M3 mini. One weird mouse from India, IDK hot yellow shapes. It's kind of old though. Oh, this is my image. Yeah. That was me. AI scraped me. Yeah, this is actually a really fun mouse. I do really like the Chaos. Save, and this one goes under mouse cast, tier list, Chaos. Sure, Chaos. Ausdom, we got Chaos, we got Valkyrie, we got cool. Too many brands, people might get bored. Yeah, thanks. I don't know, man. Like, I might be getting like too completionist, you know? Thunder Robot we have on there. Red Dragon we have on there. Corsair we have on there. Rocket. Like James Donkey I'll include if they're relevant. Like Leobog. Do I need to include Leobog? When's the next Mousecast stream? Tomorrow, 10:45 p.m. Eastern. Like, this is actually a pretty decent 3311 mouse, but yeah, I don't think I should include it. Acco? Do I have Acco on here? I don't have Acco. Do I even want Acco? I don't know, man. Maybe you're right, Mike. I might be getting too... Royal Kludge. Royal Kludge I could put on here. Daz and I just don't have a ton of experience with their mice because they do have a couple mice. I'll put Royal Kludge on here. Mousecast, tier list, Royal Kludge. See, Acco has like a Acco AG1, but I don't think this is relevant enough to most people. It is 3311, has a good coding. It's like a Zowie FK2 clone. I have sensor problems on my copy, so. But Royal Kludge, like the RKM3 is actually really good. M30, M3. And then there's also the Royal Kludge RK MG5. Facebook video of it? Oh, that's cool. There's the mouse. This is like a GPX Dexcom, but look at the kind of ridge to the fingers. To the on the kind of, okay, they really only focus on the keyboard. They barely show the mouse. I finished my mouse brands ranking. What is the MetaPanda brand? They have the MetaPanda P1 and P2. They're kind of rebrands. Yeah, I think what we'll do, Daz, is this is a note to myself, but I'm gonna tell Daz. Ignore irrelevant brands. Boring, says my ink. There we go. Okay. All right. Do we want to get back to modding? I think I'm cooked with that. I'm done. Like Amber is another like single mouse brand. Hang on, while I had that on my mind, I will just add that back. Amber. Say what the heck. Yeah, I mean that's okay. I don't know. People are gonna be cringe with my like I can already tell you guys, MCHOs, ATK, WL mouse. They're gonna score high in my book. They're gonna score way higher than like Logitech. Oops. You guys want to actually see what's going on, huh? I don't like understand Logitech at all. Seriously, I don't. Like maybe Super Strike is gonna be pretty cool tech, but like, oh my gosh, are they irrelevant? All the GPX clones are better. I guess Superlight 2C is kind of like your only 2C size option, other than the, if you want to roll the dice with the Aula V9, which does have quite nice armor and opticals in it. But like, don't think the people shopping for a Superlight 2C even know that the Aula V9 exists. Cool. Yeah, bending these clicks a little bit to actually make them a little bit stiffer is something I've been enjoying lately. Yeah. How's that look? Did I bend too much? I might have bent too much on that one. Okay, we'll try that. Oh, come on, Glorious. Come on, Glorious. Alright, we'll go this way then. This is how I usually did it. Cool, that'll work. A little stiff on the tensioning, but that's okay. That's such a quick and easy Fulcrum mod right there. Once you actually know the cheat code on how to open it up. Cool. Series 1 Pro is done. I'm gonna mod this guy real quick too. This is a Valkyrie VKM3. Speaking of Valkyrie, I should probably swap the skates. I think I will. It's like a U2 mini shape. So like when the ATK U2 mini came out, I remember some people asking me if I was gonna get one. I very briefly owned an ATK U2, the full size one. U2 is not a great shape for me. It's just, it's such a relaxed claw mouse. It really wants you to like have low thumb angle and fully extend your fingers, which just doesn't work for me. I think my dog opened up my door and then walked away, so now I'm probably being loud to my wife. I'll close this. Yeah, I never use this mouse, if I'm being honest. I don't think I've ever... I think when I first got it, I used it a little bit, and then I think after modding it, maybe I played like one round of whatever game it was with it, and then I just haven't touched it since. I got it pretty light, though. Wow. That's probably like, I don't know, 43 grams or something. I don't know. 39? Yeah, she's light. But my clicks are a little bit too floppy in this, so let's Let's just mod that real quick. It's just funny. I'm so like ADD. The reason I'm doing this mouse instead of the other mice on the desk is because I went to put away the Glorious and this was sitting there. And I was like, oh, I don't think I remember. I didn't like how this one felt. The clicks feel too light. Yeah, I base sanded this one though. I finally reassembled all my base sanded mice. Yay. Funny how they decide to release the G305-4X after 7 years and put a $100 price tag on it. Just copying. Razor. Like releasing the old boom sling. Yeah. The thing is, the Razor boom sling, they know it's not like a good shape and it wouldn't sell well if they did some crazy big production run with it. So the boom sling's like a collector's piece. The G304X is legitimately supposed to be like finally the lightweight G305 that we've all been asking for. There's some people out there who are rejoicing hard right now, but that's just because they don't know about M-Chose and Attack Shark and... I mean, not G30... Oh my gosh, this looks a lot like the Infic INX. Look at that, they're using the same battery. Oh, that's wild, guys. This is probably the same OEM. They even like putting their microprocessor on an angle like that. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's like the same scroll wheel. Bro. It's the same scroll wheel, it's the same battery. The like lines here are the same. The like side button PCB looks hella similar too. Wow. Interesting. Unfortunately, I have to take off the side button PCB to get to that fulcrum. Yeah, it's $100. Isn't that crazy? What a waste of money. Fantech Aria is amazing, guys, for the price. Fantech Aria is worth it. The Aria 2 specifically, that's lighter weight. Slightly refined shell design, and the coating on it is like A tier, maybe even low S tier. It's really good. Sure, that feels good. Yeah, there's like an ideal tension I'm learning with Omron opticals. Sometimes they can be a little bit too light. It really depends on the mouse though. Like I find aggressive shapes I tend to like heavier clicks on because I can grip them a little bit more aggressively. But then like larger, flatter, more palmy shapes, I tend to like lighter clicks in because my hands are usually in a more relaxed position. I'm friggin' schizoed out about it, but at work, it's weird. I care about click feel so much when I'm at work because it's all like static clicking and you're like, I don't know. It's so much clicking compared to actually gaming, which is so much more mousing around. All right, let's see how that feels. I guess I swapped the side buttons in this at one point, or like side button. They didn't match. I'm getting the older Zalpin Z1 white plus translucent for my build. How bad is it mouse-wise? I haven't tried the original Z1. I only have a Z1 Pro, which is in yellow. So the Z1 Pro, that's like the, when they started coming out in fun colors. Why is that not threading in? Oh, because it's the wrong screw. How about that? The older Z1, I believe performance-wise they're fine. They're just a little heavy. And... I mean, yeah, they're like, I think they're a fine mouse performance-wise. Yeah, it's just by modern standards, they're a little bit heavy. So, if you like it, dude, don't. I assume if you're getting an old one, it's because you're like getting a deal or a friend's giving it to you or something like that. Because otherwise, if you're like out being like, I want to buy a new egg shape, yeah, then you definitely chose wrong. Because the Pro is lighter and better. And then the Aria 2 is also an option. I mean, if you just like the aesthetic too, because they do have a pretty cool transparent, different transparent colors. Yeah, maybe not the most tactile, but that's okay. Let's see if I tighten this down. Maybe it's just the Omron opticals that I put in this were not like the best binned ones, which is fine because I hardly use this mouse. That's definitely a like these modding streams, you can definitely fall into the trap of continuously improving something. And it's just never done. Yeah, my right mouse is a little spongy, but that's okay. I think I might have added a little bit too much pre-travel, but my left mouse feels great, so I'm just going to leave it. Just for the aesthetic, I mean a Death Adder V3 Faker Edition? Faker Edition, man, they're pretty cool. Dude, I got this Faker Edition Viper V3 Pro shell from AliExpress for like 30 bucks. And it's original. It's actually a proper Viper shell. Nothing wrong with it there, but dude, I never use the mouse. I never use a Viper V3. Like, I love the mouse. I have so many mice, and it's just so not interesting. Because it's like such a mainstay, I guess. I don't know. There's nothing special about it. Are we doing red skates or white skates with this one? I'm going to go red just because that's what I have a lot more of. My insane skate collection here, guys. Over 1,000 skates. I could alternate red and white. Oh boy. You guys see the Deals Global message I put out? I don't usually ping Deals Global. We've had so many people join the Discord though. I don't know. On the one hand, I don't want to ignore them because, or I don't want to ping them because, it'll annoy them. But on the other hand, I don't want to, like, I do want this to be a good place for deals. That dot placement was poor. I'm gonna redo that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it like this. There we go. Yeah, tips for dot placement are I mean this is very subjective, but I like doing and I could just do on the sides here, but the problem is sometimes when you lift the mouse, if you don't have a skate somewhere on the back here, you'll have like a kind of a teeter-totter effect. And then for the front skates, this is where you generally put more pressure, like particularly when you're clicking and tracking. Think about how the GPX has a big old skate here and then a smaller one in the back. That's pretty ideal because when you're clicking and tracking, you're pressing down into the pad more and you're generally pressing towards the front. I don't know, maybe if you do what I've learned is called a knuckle claw, where you're using your MCP joints to press down onto the mouse, then maybe you do want more rear skates. But I do 8 skates because I have a ton of them, and I prefer, I don't use hard pads. And with soft pads, surface area does matter. With hard pads, it doesn't. So with hard pads, you can just do 4. Valkyrie VKM3. Yep, never going to use these skates. They might be white PTFE, but man, they feel cheap. They're not very well rounded, and they're kind of thin. They're like a 5 out of 10 skate this day and age. I don't know, standards for everything has just gone up, like coatings, skates. Yeah, we definitely expect more. Yeah, my wife says I should organize by color, and I probably should. I have so much red. That'll be a stream on its own one day. Do alternate colors. Yeah, I know, right? Next mouse, what do we want to do next? I'm looking over here. Strider, I was going to do dot skates on. Just because these black skates are kind of slow. They're good on, like, the Jinsoku. Because the Jinsoku is such a fast pad. My Strider is unmodified, which is just nuts. And it's like the only mouse that I use that I actually actively use grip tape on. Solid-sided Strider when, please. Oh my gosh, this shape, dude. That's just so good. Everything. The thenar contact, the hip flare for the pinky, the ledge for my distal flange of my ring finger. Ugh. The side buttons are like decently low. Yeah, is there anything I would change? Yeah, I would make the base thinner. Kind of like a Rupupu base. Comfort grooves in the buttons. Scroll wheel, maybe a little bit smaller and farther forward if possible. Think kind of like how Endgame Gear does theirs. The hump, you could bring the hump up even higher, honestly. I mean, it's pretty okay the way it is here, but I did add the script tape here. Get rid of the holes, even if it makes it way more. Yeah, side buttons are pretty good. A little bit of teeter-totter, but yeah, it's such a good mouse, dude. I love the shape. There's been no other Sora like that has quite hit like this has for me. I don't know. I was going to switch to dot skates. Do I want to do that to reduce the weight? I also haven't swapped the battery in this. Yeah, these skates have a lot of time on them. I mean, like, compared to the rest of my mice. I'll do it. I have a weird knuckle claw grip. Only the pinky and ring finger knuckles touch my mouse apart from... Yeah, I know Daz does an interesting thing, too, where he has... If you look at all of his videos, he puts grip tape, like, here on the mouse. He does something weird, too, where he, like, fully extends his fingers, and yeah, he gets a lot of contact on those two fingers, too. It's so weird, like, I remember asking him when we met up once and I saw his grip IRL, I was like, where did you learn to hold a mouse like that? Isn't that funny? Like, how did we... Right? Because, like, when we first started using computers when we were, like, little kids, you know, whether it was for school or for online games or whatever, we got into a habit, and those habits are just so hard to break. Oh my goodness, these skates. These skates are heavy, dude. Oh my goodness, these skates are going to be... This is going to be, like, 3 grams in skates. Maybe. Maybe more like 2.5. Yeah, more like 2.5. Okay. Okay, Flanges, you got ahead of yourself. What did I say? 2.5? Should I do a Strider disassembly? I kind of don't want to because I don't really want to modify this that much. Is the battery cable... Oh, they actually do have it color-coded. That's good. I think I'm going to leave my Strider as is. Yeah, I'll change the skates. I'll change it over to these. I could do the white dots. The white dots will look better, but the red dots... No, I'll do the white dots. We'll try the white dots. And I'm going to do more skates on this boy, too. This mouse has quite a bit of use, so I'm actually going to clean this up a little bit. If I remember to put the Strider on my spreadsheet, the weight of the skates is 2.57 grams. Pretty hefty. This is kind of like a spooky version of the 12 Days of Christmas it's playing right now. Like, I might do even more than 4 on the front here. Because this is an aggressive shape and I tend to hold it a little bit more aggressively. I don't know what I'll do. I'll do, I'll do 5, sure. I'll do 10 total skates, something like that. I'm so glad with where they put the screw holes, though. I can still put, like, quite a few skates on this. Grips might get scuffed if you open it. Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. Did I just... Oh, here it is. It's just that I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of modding this mouse, because I like it the way it is. My only complaints about it really are, well, what I told about the shape earlier. But, like, it's kind of heavy, to be honest. Like, here, guys, look. It's, like, nearly 55 grams for a magnesium mouse with holes in it. Yeah. Hey, doggy. Oh, she sighed. Oh my gosh, when she sighs, it's so loud. Oh, she's so funny. We'll do 10 skates like that. A little bit cursed, but that's okay. So yeah, 52 grams. And then I'm going to put these skates on a piece of plastic. So I actually did buy unusual or silencer skates for the Strider. And I tried them, and I was so disappointed. I didn't even put them on the mouse. I just like stuck them to my fingers and scooted them around on a mouse pad, and silencers can be so slow. They're highly pad dependent, because anytime you have like a really smooth skate, it makes it like really pad dependent, I found. I don't know, maybe that's the case with a lot of skates. Oh, guys, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to. I'm kind of acting like I don't have to. I'm streaming pretty late here. Like, I'd usually probably stop around this time, start getting ready. Yeah, these black skates, these are hefty though, huh? Hefty WL mouse skates, they're thick. They're thick, and the plastic they use is kind of a, it's like a, I don't want to say it's a hard plastic. It still definitely is PTFE, but it feels way more firm than usual skates. Maybe that's just because it's thicker, or that could be like the substrate they're using, whatever this adhesive layer is. Also, Borderlands 4 was on sale. I was thinking about getting that, but it's not on sale enough. I'm such a cheapskate, if you guys haven't learned that already. Alright, Strider skates go in there. Strider comes with me. WL mouse. What other WL mouse product am I missing here? Beastex Max? My Max is the Eye of the Tiger one, and the DRG. Beastex Mini? Oh, okay, there we go. I just had it on the wrong spot. Okay, WL mouse. There we go. Something like that. Okay. This Infic mouse goes there. Okay. What mouse do we do next? I have the RAWM ER21 up here. I don't know what I was going to mod about this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to change anything about the RAWM ER21. I don't know why I put this up here. Should I sell my VGN King? Nah, that was not a cheap mouse. And I bought it because it's pretty weird. And it's like, as a quote-unquote reviewer, it's fun to try weird stuff. Stuff gets so same old, same old. I need to mod this, but I'm not really feeling it. I need to repair this one. Let's just repair this one. So this is an FFJ branded mouse. I don't know, you guys can try looking this up. Fabric Air Mouse, yeah, right. I'm pretty sure that like FCC ID, they're just copy pasting from something here. But I modded this thing down. It's kind of like a Death Adder Hyperspeed shape, sort of. Its gimmick, though, is it has an OLED display. But I have removed that OLED display. Oh, yep, RIP grip tape. That I actually like spent a decent amount of effort trimming. But I think I'm just going to revert this mouse back to stock. I never really used it. It's like a shockingly well-built mouse, though. Like, the side buttons on this are like pretty damn good. Everything's tight, like not much wobble. Scroll wheel feels good. Yeah, but it's just like not a great shape for me. I guess I could hold on to this grip tape. And label it, I guess. Just because I did already cut this to shape, so sure. it's not long enough. Gosh dang it. Alright, well, I'll save that for another one. But this FFJ mouse I got in a really roundabout way. So I do reviews for Amazon Vine, right? Which is like an official program. But I also, this guy, I don't know how he, I think he found me from r/mouse review. He's this guy who gets paid by companies to buy Amazon reviews pretty much. So he's like, so this isn't the Vine program. Okay, the Vine program is like official and it's like actually pretty polished in some ways. There's definitely downsides to it, but in general, it's like a real program. When you read an Amazon Vine review, don't take it as anything less than, I mean, sometimes reviews on Amazon are garbage. The Vine reviewers are not. But this guy was like actually just trying to pay for reviews. Send products in exchange for positive reviews generally. And I had already bought the mouse, and then he hit me up like a week after I bought it and was like, hey, you review mice, will you review this one? And I was like, yeah, sure, you want to send it? So he sent it. I returned the one I'd bought from Amazon, and then I had already had like a review in my head. So I basically got this mouse for free. But it's legitimately a decent mouse. And it was on sale. There were some times it would go on sale randomly for like $20, and it has a $33.95. So I don't know, like any mouse that's solidly built with a $33.95 for $20 is kind of worth trying if you're into trying different shapes. And I forget what this is called, like FFJX, FFJ something. Let's check the modded weight here. It has a dongle storage door. So the modded weight with the OLED screen removed is 52 grams. Yeah, like the skates are rounded on it. They're not like the best quality skates, but they are skates. So, the OLED screen is, oh, before I take it apart, I should actually see if I still have it. I should have the OLED screen because I usually save, oh yeah, I do want to do the Rocket mouse too. I have a Rocket Burst. M600, V9 Mini. That's another Owla mouse. That looks like a Razer diffuser. Do I have the little display? Oh, this looks like it's it. Yeah, this is the display. There we go. So something interesting is the display's glossy. So like you actually do get kind of texture feedback of it being glossy, which is nice. Oh, here's a Wise Owl polling rate button. Okay. Forgot about that. Wow, I got good stuff in here. Do people recognize your mouse reviews on Amazon? I don't think so. Remember, I'm not at all like a big deal, dude. Like, I don't even think... And again, the Amazon buyers are so damn mainstream. I'm sorry, how long was I like zoomed way the heck in there? I'm sorry, guys. I was talking about this mouse and... Yeah, the FFJ... I should look it up. Actually, I am curious. I will look it up. Let's see if it's still sold on Amazon. I'll pull it up. What's that? Mouse. Mouse. Oh, I just saw it. Yeah. Okay, it's listed for $50 right now. I wouldn't... At $50, I would not really recommend it unless you really want an OLED screen and an ergo. I mean, it is like well built. Like it's not. It's a step above a Kaisona, you know. But it's definitely not $50. Is like getting into like MCHO's territory, and it's not quite that. FFJ Elite 10 is what it's called. There we go. $33.95. Side display, 80 million. Mono transparent blue shell pink dots. Yeah, there you guys go. You guys can look this up if you're curious. Oh! Oh, I thought this was Brandon Taylor. Wow, this guy actually had a decent review written up. So yeah, the thing is the verified purchase can't always be trusted because like that's how That's how what this guy did to give me the mouse for the review is he had me purchase the mouse, then I sent him a copy of my order invoice, and then he sent me PayPal money. So I did officially buy it. I don't know if my review is going to be on this, because yeah, it's not even on this page. So like Amazon listings will change. If you guys ever notice, in Amazon listings, sometimes you'll see it like an item that looks like really cheap or something, and then you'll go to the reviews, and the reviews will be like talking about something totally different. It'll be talking about like earbuds when you're looking at a mouse. And that's because what they do is companies will post a product, it'll get really positive reviews, and then when they're done with that product, they'll sell that Amazon page to another one of these Chinese companies here, and that Chinese company will do new pictures, new description, everything, but the reviews stick to that page. So they're launching a product on Amazon that already has a bunch of 5-star reviews. Yeah, I don't know if Amazon has a plan to like remedy this. Anyway, yeah, so this mouse is like really solid for $30. It's definitely better than a Kaisona. T-Evolution, Joel, what's up, dude? Yo, I got the jacket. Daz got his too. I don't know, he's been sick. I haven't talked to him much, but I hope he wears it on stream tomorrow. But yeah, I'm wearing mine right now. I just put it on because it was on the back of my chair. Also, I was using the Axis pad when we played some Crab Champs the other day too. It's a solid pad. I do like the Axis. One criticism is, dude, your guys' packaging for the Axis for your pads is nuts. Like, I know like global shipping can really do harm to your products, but damn, dude, I don't know if there's a way you can reduce the price of your products and maybe have a little bit less, the packaging go a little bit less hard. I don't know how the economics work out. Maybe the packaging is negligible, but the packaging seems really premium. I guess take that for what that's worth. Maybe the packaging is too good. I don't know. It's really good. Like even Artisan, what's their packaging like? They just, because I've never bought an Artisan pad from Artisan themselves. I only ever bought from like other sellers, and they'll like often ship it in, yeah. And the Artisan box is just like a plain box. Yeah, the Axis pad is nice. I'm just bummed that it's 450 by 400. I would legitimately use the pad so much if it was bigger, 500 by 500. I think that also has like shipping gets really expensive. At least that's what I heard. Like the AliExpress listings for mouse pads, you can get mouse pads on there pretty damn cheap. But if you want a 500 by 500 pad, yeah, you're gonna be spending like minimum $50. And I heard it was something to do with shipping, international shipping. Like 490 by 420, and the packaging size required for that is like much more affordable. Yeah, shipping sucks. I get it. As a person who does eBay, I get it. It kind of sucks because it's not money that you get. It's just part of your cost of goods sold. Oh, I have a teeny tiny battery in this. Wow. Wow. That is a teeny tiny battery. More sizes in the future for sure. Yeah, we want to make sure it reaches your desk safe. Yeah, I respect that. Whatever you guys do for your company, I get it. I just know 2 other reviewers who I talked to agreed that like, man, this is maybe too good. I think I'm gonna swap the battery. JST 1.5 millimeter. I kind of don't use this mouse, so I don't really need it to have a really super nice battery. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna use this 300 milliamp hour AJS from an AJ139, I guess. I could use one from an X2H. BTR. Right? Because I put that one as black. Okay, maybe I try this one from the Pulsar X2. Make sure it turns on. No LED light. Maybe that's just... I don't want to toast the mouse if that's wrong. Let's try plugging in the OLED display. You guys want to see what that looks like? How do you guys feel about OLED displays on mice? Pulsar X2 8, like the ES stuff by them does that. Personally, I don't really care for it. But I think it is cool. It's just not a feature that I care about, but I can see why other people might. Nothing on the display. Okay. Still nothing on the display. BTR, BTR. BTR, let's try this battery. Hopefully it's just a dead battery. I don't know, like all these batteries might be dead because these are really friggin' old. Let me try plugging it in, just making sure I'm not doing something totally wrong here. FFJ Elite 10, who would have known? Okay, I plugged the mouse into my computer. That was that Windows sound. I apologize. OLED display is not coming on. Mouse works though. So there's that. Okay. Sorry, more Windows sounds coming your way. And let's try plugging in the dongle and testing it from the dongle then. Here it is. All right, sorry, one more Windows sound. Maybe, maybe not. Let me just try this Pulsar battery here. Turn it on. No movement. Okay. Try this AJAS battery. Turn it on. No movement. Okay. Well, it worked earlier plugged in. Try this teeny tiny battery that's probably dead. Also nothing. Okay. Huh. Well. That's no fun. Let's see, that JST connector goes there. Well, why don't we try charging it, I guess. Sorry, Windows sound incoming. We're going to try charging that little battery for a little bit. And while we do that, we will remount this display. Yeah, like I haven't seen this FFJ mouse anywhere else. I don't know, I think a teeny tiny, how heavy do you guys think this OLED screen is here? How much weight does this add? I'm gonna say this is probably only like, this is probably like 2.5 grams. Maybe not even. And then remember that I mean, you reduced a little bit of weight here, I guess, without having any plastic there. So maybe it's only like a 1.5 gram increase. That's pretty good, guys. Like an OLED display for 1.5 grams. Damn, dude. The rest of the mouse isn't that light. Let's see, how did this mount in here? It looks like it goes through the back. Maybe something like this. Oh, does it clip in? I don't want to force it. Oh, no, there's lobster clips. Okay, so I do have to force it. Lobster clips on all 3 sides? No, just on 2. Okay. So we put it in like this. Just make sure the ribbon cable on the OLED display looks okay because it wasn't turning on earlier. I'll make sure that this is plugged in all the way too. Oh, that might have been upside down. Maybe that's why it wasn't turning on. Although none of the batteries seem to be working either, so maybe we do have a bigger problem. I don't know if I've ever toasted a mouse by plugging in a battery wrong, but I forget which mouse it was when I did plug in a battery wrong. The sensor started getting really warm really quickly. So I unplugged it really quick and it still works fine. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Little OLED display right there. And it's glossy right there. It's like, there's like no seam. I mean, there is a seam, but I mean, like if your thumb's on it, you can tell it's there, but it doesn't bother me. So that's cool. Okay. Let's see if I routed this cable the right way. I think I did. Guano side buttons, black shell, white dots. I should put away my RAWM switches that I desoldered, those Pulsar FE opticals. Pulsar branded FE opticals. Okay. Let's see if this battery got any charge to it at all. Probably not. Probably too short of a time. I mean, it works plugged in. I do got a mouse moving around. Left mouse works. Right mouse works. Scroll wheel works. Okay. But then I unplug it and no wireless. Why? I wonder if I got the pins mixed up. Battery. Not really an easy way to tell. Even the PCB is branded Elite 10. That's interesting. Compex MCU. 52850. Manufactured 15th week of 2024. 13mm encoder. Big beefy encoder or scroll wheel. Yeah, the plastic on the bottom shell is pretty thick too. They have this like waveform aesthetic. And it doesn't show through on the other side, make me think, yeah, this is pretty thick plastic. Yeah, middle mouse feels pretty good. 4mm space, Tuano, blue dot, black shell. Well, I don't really know what to do. Should I keep trying different batteries? Oh, we know this is a recent battery. Wait a second. BTR. This battery, no, it has a charge because it just... nothing. So maybe the wires are mixed up. Yeah. Okay, wireless receiver. It is detected by Windows. Oh, no, it's working now. Oh, the wireless receiver just wasn't detected for some odd reason. Okay. Well, this FFJ mouse, we're going to go back to this here. Cool. Okay, this Pulsar battery is working, so that's what we're going to use in it because I don't really want to use a nice battery. And these Pulsar batteries are kind of annoying because they don't color code their wires, because you know they have the transparent bottom to their mice. So I think for aesthetic reasons they don't do the ketchup and mustard cables. Man, can I get this foam off though? That is the question. On stream today, I learned earlier this morning, acetone makes quick work of sticky substances like Goo Gone. But if I did acetone on this, I feel like that's just asking for a fire. Like, acetone on a battery? No. I don't know what the little case here is made out of, but if it's plastic and the acetone were to like melt through, and then the battery starts, short-circuiting. No thanks. That's not a good day on stream for phalanges. So I'm thinking the battery will sit something like that. We got plenty of wires, so we'll try it with a little bit of residue on it. We'll see if it still sticks. Yep, that's wide enough. Okay, cool. Man, having a good pair of scissors is a really good tool to have around. I almost said ghoul instead of a good tool. But speaking of ghouls, anyone watch the new Fallout season? Don't spoil it for me, but my brother-in-law at Christmas yesterday told me there's a new season. He said there's 2 episodes out so far. I never played the Fallout games, but I know the premise, and season 1 of the show was really good. Man, I'm tempted to just like stay up late and watch that instead of not go to work tomorrow. Take the day off. I got 3 vacation days remaining this year. I think I already said this in the live stream, but they carry over into Q1, so Q1 ends March 31st. Does March have 31 days? And after that you lose them, but I don't know if my employer would pay. They say if you give 2 weeks notice when you leave your job, because I got this pending job search thing going on. I got to apply to other jobs too. I got too many eggs in one basket. Don't have to tell me twice about that, but... Oh, I should see if the top shell... Where did I put the top shell? Over here? Yes, over here. Just need to see where the mount is for the... Okay. I might have to remove... No, that should actually fit. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go like that. Beautiful. That shouldn't be going anywhere. Right, like that's crazy. My employer wouldn't. So the handbook says that they front load PTO for returning. So if you're new, like if you start your first year at the company, then you get your PTO prorated. Pro rata, as the Latin is. So like if you start in the middle of the year and you get 10 days of PTO starting, then because you're starting in the middle of the year, it's prorated to only 5 days, half of 10. Oh, this is a little tricky here. I think we got to get the tweezers out for this ribbon cable for the OLED screen. I guess I should have checked the functionality of the OLED screen first, but we're just going to go for it. So this needs to go backwards like that. Oh, brother. We'll see if I have to disassemble this and do this in reverse order. I think doing this cable first would have been easier. You generally want to do the longer cable first. So my employer says that they give PTO front-loaded to return to existing employees at the beginning of the year. Oh, that's on backwards. Son of a gun. I'm so dumb, guys. So, if I get 18 days of vacation, but then I give 2 weeks notice and I quit. And the handbook says that they pay out unused vacation if given 2 weeks notice. But if I quit at the very beginning of the year and they front load PTO, are they really going to honor that? I feel like they're not. I feel like a realistic employer is not going to do that. Like maybe they would honor a prorated type of thing. So like let's say I get through the month of January and I get 18 days, then they would pay out like a day and a half. Like there's an accrual rate, let's say. I don't know. That wasn't in the handbook that I saw. But I'm just trying to think of like, I don't know. Apparently it's a pretty big thing though, people leaving. Those mono transparent blue shell pink dots actually feel decent. People leaving after Christmas because they get the Christmas bonuses, and then they jump ship. I don't get a Christmas bonus, but they do Q1 bonuses. Yeah, scroll wheel works. Oh yeah, OLED display's on. Here, I'll show it to you guys. It's really dim, so I'm gonna have to turn off the... Yep, there you go. 2.4 gigahertz, 1600 DPI. I turn on the light. Bye-bye! Yep. So this FFJ mouse, sure, if you're looking for a mouse with an OLED screen and an ergo that's actually built pretty well, it's definitely an option. As far as I know, FFJ just has a bunch of other cheap crap mice. This one's, again, not bad. The dongle door looks kind of like, is it Lamoki? You know, the Keychron brand. I think their dongle doors look kind of like this, so maybe it's that OEM. Yeah, the skates are kind of a more rigid black plastic. So yeah, they're kind of slow. Yes, split skate design on this. They're still a decent size for being split, but yes, they are split. FFJ Elite 10. So the 6 people who are still watching the stream but not chatting, are y'all aim training? What scenario are you doing right now? Or are you guys just chilling doing chores or something? Alright, I think, oh, did we want to get a weight? This is not a true weight because I don't know what size battery this comes with stock. So we have a 300 milliamp hour in here. .5 58.63 grams, yeah. That's about what it feels like. Again, it's like half, you know, again, this was manufactured in beginning of 2024. Our expectations for mice have increased dramatically. But you get an OLED display. Even the side buttons are like pretty good quality. On second monitor, looking at mice, of course. Ooh, what are we looking at? I kind of wanted to buy some stuff from AliExpress today. Almost did. I keep waiting for... I keep waiting for Rakuten to do something, but it hasn't. My dog's asleep outside the door. I am looking at the Owl X9. Ooh, my Epamaker Click. I'm still waiting on that thing to ship out. Daz's positive review of it has me pretty, not excited, because I don't... Like, I can live without friggin' mice, but... Well, not in general, I mean... I can live without an Epamaker Click for a little bit, but without mice, I die. My whole personality is built up around one hobby. Omron, here's others. Okay. So this is the one from RAWM. And I'll put the little foam pad from that RAWM mouse on it too. Thinking between Leviathan V4 and MCHO's L7 Ultra Plus. Both really good mice. I think it comes down to shape. And price. The Leviathan is probably a little bit more money, no? What country are you in? What platform are you buying on? What other mice have you used while you're looking at those two? Oof, how do I get this up in there? Guess we go in sideways like that. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. I might have bumped the camera a hair. Oh, dang it, I forgot to put those switches in. I'm silly. FE opticals are gonna go here, I suppose. Why don't I do a little bit of organizing here too while I'm at it? So this is gonna be, I need my masking tape to make my little label here. These will be for my 2-pin batteries. I'll just say other. Other batteries, sure. And I actually have some other batteries to put in there. I have some rechargeable AAAs. Somewhere, here they are. That I used for my Viper V3 Pro Hyperspeed mod. These guys right here. Nice little mod. You can get yourself a Viper V3 Pro Hyperspeed with mechanical switches and a far forward sensor position down to like 55-ish grams if I recall correctly. And let's do, let's see, this is grip tape. Finland, currently using GPW, starting to break down slowly. I don't like M1 and M2 wiggle at all. Got recommended those two. Max Gaming, Amazon, and AliExpress, all pretty similar prices here. Okay, Finland, huh? Yeah, we talked to Jonas from, technically, wait a second, which one is Finland? Son of a bitch. Which one is Finland? It goes Norway, Sweden, Finland? Oh my god, hang on. I can't do another geography test. I'm so bad at these. I'm just a dumb American. Give me some slack. Finland. Okay, yeah, you got it. Yes, okay. So he was originally from, I don't forget, Åland? Forget how he says it, but this island here, which he said it's interesting because they speak Swedish, but he's technically Finnish. Yeah, if you want a larger mouse, you gotta go Leviathan, but the M-Chose is gonna be quite a bit of a smaller mouse. That is the main thing to watch out for. Yeah, my encoders will go here. That will go there. That's fine there. We'll put this down here. I can even move my tape into there too. Sure. Okay. Now, where were we? I almost, instead of writing JST 1.0, I almost wrote Finland. It's just like on my mind, you know? Yeah, that's fine up there. Oh, Max Gaming. how good of a, I don't know, some people really complain about them on Reddit, but I also don't know if that's just a vocal minority. You know, that's one challenging thing about reviews on websites, right? It's you have either people who absolutely love the product and they love it so much that they want to vocalize how much they love it, or reviews are, you know, by people who had a problem. Because if you have something that's fully functional and you're happy with it, you generally don't think to spend, you don't say anything about it. There's nothing to say. It's working, right? Yeah, speaking of getting feedback, I wouldn't be surprised if I get some negative eBay feedback. So, on the 31st, so what was that, Tuesday? Somebody bought an Attack Shark mouse from me for like $26 from eBay. And I went to ship it out. So I packed it up. USPS was still open on December 24th, Christmas Eve. They're still open. So I pack it up that morning and I go to drop it off. And the first place I go to, the drop box is locked. You can't put your packages in it. So I was like, well, that really sucks. The building's open and there's people there, but they're all working in the back and they won't unlock the box for me. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go to another location. I went to another location. They were locked. Guy in the parking lot was like grumbling about it too. And I was like, are there any more around here? He's like, yeah, there's one more down the road, but they're also locked. So I tried 3 different places. So I messaged the buyer saying, hey, sorry, buddy. I'm not going to be able to get your mouse out until December. I'll do it first thing on Friday, the 26th. I give myself a 48-hour period to ship things. But I guess this is technically over that. But I don't know. I also tried, and I don't know what else I could have done, because that 48 hours, like Christmas Day, they're closed. Like they're not. So I don't know. It's under 48 hours if you count Christmas Day as being no business, but it's over it if you do count it. Anyway, so I messaged him and he said, will I get it by the 29th? And I'm like, I don't freaking know, dude. I won't know until they scan it in. They give an estimated delivery date, but I was like, you know, you always, as a seller, you always under promise and over deliver. So I was like, if I'm being realistic, you'll probably get it Wednesday the 31st, possibly Tuesday the 30th, but Monday the 29th I think is not realistic. And he was like, okay, just cancel the order then. So on eBay, once somebody has placed an order, even if they cancel it, once an order has been placed, they can leave feedback. So we'll see if I get negative feedback. I don't know. Part of me is like, homeboy needs to like, I could have also just not messaged him, but I chose to. I will leave this one just labeled. I won't actually label this one. I will put, yeah, I'll do that. Wait, will this fit in here? No, not really. Okay. Oh, let's see. I got encoders labeled, stock skates, universal skates, grip tape. I got my bags sorted out. Okay, I think I'm good here. I've been surprised with AliExpress. The refund policy seems quite good. It probably depends on the product and the reseller. Yeah, I think it does a little bit, but AliExpress is really good at jumping in and making you feel taken care of. I have been scammed on AliExpress, like the wrong item delivered, like totally the wrong item. Like you buy a mouse and you get a plushie delivered. I've had stuff like that kind of level of thing out of, you know, if I've done, I don't know, that's maybe like 1 out of 5 things I buy, maybe 1 out of 10. Will just be like straight up wrong. I've gotten my money back every single time. So I don't know. I get people like being sketched out by AliExpress is fair, especially since when you buy something, you expect to have that friggin' item. But I've been okay every single time so far getting my money back. It's just don't buy anything mission critical from AliExpress. AliExpress has always sided with me. You do need to keep your package. You need to keep your original like bubble mailer that it comes in, because when you do a dispute, we'll do the rocket burst next. I'm just gonna put this plastic bit back on the front so it doesn't look so DIY'd. They ask that for like basically proof of delivery. I mean, the like tracking company will have proof of delivery, but they want to make sure that it was delivered to the correct address. I don't know. I heard though that returns to AliExpress, like if you have something sent wrong, like let's say you get sent the wrong variant, that it just goes and gets incinerated because it's too expensive to mail it back to China. So I did an unethical thing. Have I revealed this on stream before? I don't care. If you guys are here, it's friggin' late at night or early in the morning for you if you're in Finland. I sent back, I received the wrong, I ordered ATK X1 V1 Ultimate. This is a long time ago before the V2. And instead of getting an Ultimate, I got like a Plus or whatever the lower trim level is. And I specifically spent extra money. I wanted an Ultimate, blah blah blah. I know maybe I sound a little bit privileged, but I already owned a Plus and I was getting an Ultimate, and they did not send an Ultimate. So I asked for a refund, and AliExpress granted it, no problem. And they asked for me to return it. And this is after I just read some stuff about that things just go to New Jersey and get incinerated. I'm thinking, what if I were to send back the box? And they probably have some sort of system to, like, when they do get an item sent back to whatever the incinerator, garbage, waste disposal places, that they actually open it up and maybe they check if there's an item in it. I don't know. There's probably something they do to try to determine if the return's eligible. So I put in the box like some crappy old SteelSeries mouse, and it was accepted. And I kept the X1. I use it at work every day. So a little unethical. One time I wanted a refund, they refunded the money, just let me keep the product. Yeah, that happens sometimes too. I think if you're like I'm pretty sure they keep data on returns though. If you're like a serial returner, they might not be so lenient. You know? Yeah, devious indeed. Maybe I shouldn't have said that publicly, but I really don't want to encourage people to do the same thing, because what happens is when people start abusing returns, then it just makes it worse for everyone. So I do kind of like, I shouldn't have done that. But it does make me sad knowing that the stuff just gets like incinerated or thrown in the garbage. But it's like, okay, so like you argue, you know, why doesn't that go to, like, I don't know, you make some good use out of that. Give it to a gaming cafe, or like find a use for it, you know? Instead of just trashing it. But we all know, y'all know about like where does this button thing go? 3 screws? This is probably the DPI button. But how the fuck does that go? This is scroll wheel light that I desoldered. Like, it looks like it should go here, but I don't know how it would clip in. Oh, no, I see how it clips in. There's no screws. It does just clip in. Cool. Cool, that works. DPI button, back in. Neato burrito. Yes, so I'm going to do the long cable first. I could solder back in all these RGB LEDs, but I'm not even going to bother. That's too much work. It's not even about the weight reduction at this time. Because I do have this battery swapped. What a great shape. I love the rocket burst shape. Apparently, though, this mouse has a problem with Pizzogel in his review. Showed how when the RGB lights are on, you get like bad wireless interference or something. I don't know. I don't know if it was wireless interference or polling instability. It was something when the lights were on, though. That's the thing with used furniture from offices. They also have contracts that force you to destroy it. Yeah. So another... Yeah, right. Yeah, because they don't want it, like, diluting their... Yeah, they don't want things, like, maybe on the secondhand market for super cheap, or... So, another kind of devious example... Well, not devious, but unfortunate example is... When I was at university... I remember my classroom, I sat in the back of the classroom with my friend Max for an engineering class. And there's a cafeteria right outside the room. So, and there's an exit door at the back of the room. So when the cafe would close at like 5 p.m. because this was a later in the day class, one of us would sneak out to the cafeteria and we would ask the lunch lady if they were throwing out anything. And so we would have ourselves a little bagel and donut dinner in this engineering class sitting in the back of the classroom. And I believe some other people, and the lunch lady was so nice about it. Like, you know, in her mind, she's ordered to throw the stuff out at the end of the day, so if she can give it to somebody, sure. And I think other people caught wind of it, so I think a couple other people started doing the same thing. And eventually, Max, I remember he went out there one time and he came back with nothing. And I was like, what? Were they all out? And he was like, no, it's so sad. The lunch lady said she's not allowed to give away the stuff anymore. It has to be thrown out. And I was like, that is so dumb. But I get why places do it. It's the same reason why, like, you hear about, like, people throwing stuff out at, like, Walmart or whatever. And there'll be, like, homeless people asking for it. And they'll be like, no, we have to throw it out. Because what happens is it becomes an expectation. It becomes now a food bank. Now homeless Joe is going to go get homeless Bob and homeless Jane, and they're going to go there every single day waiting for the handout. And when it becomes an expectation, then that can become a problem. Again, not for just helping out those people, but then it becomes a bigger ordeal. It becomes an expectation. People are unhappy when it doesn't get... Anyway, yeah, I understand why good things like this are killed, but I just wish there was a way to be... There's got to be a way to keep it, like, more civil. So, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that, like, grocery stores donate to food banks. I would hope they do. Oh, where did this screw come from? I don't know. Let's put it in the baggie. Maybe it goes to this mouse. Alright, rocket burst. All done. How heavy is this mouse without the dongle? My brain is only calibrated up to like 70 grams, and this feels heavier. 74.56. Oh, 71.49. Damn. What a great shape, though. I love the massive side buttons. Like, why can't we get side buttons like this anymore? They actually have pretty decent skates, too. Yeah, not a bad mouse in terms of shape, but... I don't know, that's crazy that, like, turning on RGB LEDs will kill your mouse's performance. What a joke. What a yoke. Also might become responsible if the food they give might be bad after all, but it's pretty sad to see. Yes, exactly. That's a whole nother... Yeah, liability is a whole nother side to it. Yeah. Like, I don't know how you legally defend, like, you throw food out. It's sitting there in the dumpster. it was already expired. It's rotting. Homeless Joe goes in there because he's done it for the past month, and he gets sick and dies. And like, yeah, it's just unnecessary complication for the business that they didn't sign up for. And I get that. I just wish there was like, I don't know. Occasionally you'll see a post on Reddit of like a supermarket worker who takes a picture of a dumpster full of like food, and they're like, yeah, we lost power for 6 hours, so we had to throw out everything in the freezer section or something. And it'll be like, when I say a dumpster full, I don't mean like the little dumpsters that the garbage truck picks up. I mean the train car size dumpsters that you use when you're like renovating a home and they throw all the garbage into it. The ones that go on the back of like a huge flatbed truck with the wheel rollers. You know, like those, like full, like mounding over the top with food that was still edible. Because if you put a frozen pizza out for 6 hours, even in the sun, it's fine. 6 hours, it's fine. You know, you got to eat it promptly. Yeah, I wouldn't refreeze that. I would not refreeze that or refrigerate it. But yeah. Do we have any other mice I want to do? I got a whole bag full, dude. I got a whole bag full. You guys want to see what's on my to-do list? Oh, there's my VGN King. I was wondering where I put that. Yeah, I was going to do a disassembly of it at some point. I need to do a disassembly of the Chaos also. This is such a good mouse. I really like the shape. It's like a mini Viper V3, but with more rear hump. It has hot swap switches, but it's like not hot swappable. Like it's, yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of mice to do here, guys. Look at this. Why do I have a GPW and a GPX in here? Is this the dongle to it, though? I've had this dongle sitting here forever. I have no idea if... Sorry, that was my Windows sound. Nope, not even the correct dongle. Unless this is dead, which it might be dead. And I don't have a micro USB cable to charge it. GPX so good. I love my micro USB cable. 2013, never forget. Hashtag blessed. Oh yeah, I got some weird mice in here. What was I going to do with half of these? I don't even remember. VGN King is a weird one though, dude. This is such a weird mouse. Do I even want to do anything to it? I think what we'll do is I'm going to... Yeah. I'm going to do the Maya... I'm going to fulcrum mod the tension on the Maya. This is a Maya gray, gray cloud. What the heck this is called? Maya cloud gray. Normal size Maya. Oh, the adhesive does not want to stay on these skates. Yep, it's one of those. And I'm going to tweak the fulcrum on this guy, then we'll call it there. Maybe I'll decide if I want to stay up later, I could watch the new Fallout episodes. I'm tempted to take the day off tomorrow. Like... If I feel like I'm gonna get a call back from this company. I did really well in the interview, and if I take the job, then I'm probably gonna lose out on my vacation for my current employer, which means I might as well take this. But there's just the slight possibility that, you know, it could, again, the HR lady that I interviewed with had a family emergency, so she ran out of the interview, and I finished it up with the engineer and the engineering manager and the CEO, and neither of them were like super involved in the hiring process. They were more just vetting me as a person. So I follow up with an email the day after the interview saying thank you so much for the time, it was a pleasure, all that formality stuff, and then I say what's your time frame for hiring looking like, and the CEO says, yeah, it was great to meet you too. I don't know what our timeline is, but we are looking to move fast on this. But I don't know if HR lady had a family emergency, something about her dad being in the emergency room. So I don't know if she's still dealing with that. And then it became the holidays, because this was all from Monday last week. So, like, I don't know. I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched, so to speak. But, like, the interview went really well. And I don't know. It was also my, like, third interview with them, too, so I made it that far. I don't know. I just want to hear back from them, guys. Like, I'm at the point where I want the job really badly, don't get me wrong. But I'm kind of also at the point where I'm like, just accept or deny me. So I can move on mentally. Merry Christmas, says Wiz. Hey. The Lamzu Maya came out at a weird time. It's like, it was like between when, like the Atlantis, you can tell it's outdated in a few ways. The way the structure is made on the inside. The shape also could be more refined. It really could. It's a nice aggressive shape, but it really could be refined better. Oh, fuck. Oh, I just broke that son of a gun. I try not to say the F word on stream, but that one slipped out. I'm sorry. It like broke really. These feel like kind of like softer. I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I think I gotta super glue that because it's bending a little funny now. Son of a gun. Oh boy. And I gotta get this back out without breaking. Oh, okay, that was easy. Sorry, if you want to see what I just broke, here you go. One of the two fulcrums. Rip. F's in chat. Pulling the trigger on a RAWM Leviathan V4. Hey, why don't you share notes with Big Boomer Test? Because he's in the same boat. He's thinking about getting one. I don't know. Do you guys have specific questions? Both of you guys are like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say? So, Big Boom was like, he's from Finland. He loves the GPX so much. He goes to bed with it every single night. And is shopping on Max Gaming and... Sorry, I was trying to say that with a straight face. He's shopping on Max Gaming and Amazon and AliExpress. They're all pretty much the same price. Gotta let this dry. You got me eyes on it too. It's a good mouse. It's a good mouse. I don't like how stiff the middle mouse click is, and I don't like the buttons compared to like Omron Opticals and the ATK X1. But yes, it is a very good mouse. Beautiful. The blue in person looks really good. I don't know. I would say if you haven't tried a Viper-like shape, it's a good solid option. It's like reminds me of like what Zowie's take on a Viper would be. Because it's just more rounded. A little bit more curvy than a Viper. Yeah, the TTC opticals, I still don't love the implementation, if I'm being totally honest. The ER21 feels better to me for whatever reason. But yes, it is a very good mouse. I just haven't been using that much. I need to maybe use it a little bit more. Click feel matters so much to me, and it just feels a little... It's just not perfect, I guess. And I'm so bougie, I guess, when it comes to click feel. 9 people watching. Guys, everybody tune out so I can go to bed. Not that the number even matters. I'm just sitting here. You might be wondering, what are you doing, phalanges? I am breaking my fulcrum and then gluing it back together. What are you guys doing? My peripheral world, this peripheral world is so tempting. Now I want to buy a mouse pad too. Yeah, my mouse pads are a much worse rabbit hole because, like, seriously, if you are into aiming, like aim training and getting better at FPS games, if you get a mouse, that's just good enough. Just get something like, just buy a GPX2 and be done with it. Buy a Viper V3 Pro and be, actually don't buy a GPX2 because they suck. Buy an ATK mouse and be done with it. Buy an MCHOS mouse and be done with it. Buy a Razer mouse and be done with it. Buy a WL mouse and be done with it. Just like stop. Just like try 3 mice, whichever one's your favorite shape. Keep it and return the others. And then the rest of your time spend in aim trainers and trying skates and mouse pads. Those will have a bigger part of your aim than the mouse will, generally, as long as the mouse checks your criteria. The problem with pads, though, is you get no resellability because used pads do not go for any money at all, comparatively, and they're expensive to ship, whereas mice do. And little differences in pads can, like, you can really skits out over them. So, how did I get super glue on my hand here? That makes no sense. Anyway, I vowed to not get into pads back when I like first started Mousecast. Yeah. Right now, I have vowed to not get into glass pads. That's one that Daz sometimes asks me about. Oh, my silly dog is the silliest. Like, I really don't have good knowledge on glass pads. Check out Zaopin Z2/Z2 Mini. Yeah, I got a Z2 Mini recently. I kind of do want a Z2. I like the idea of hot swappable switches like the Incat G23 Pro, but I can't handle the M1, M2 wiggle. Brother, the G23, try the G23 V2 Pro. So here's the non-pro. This has like very little, dude. Very little compared to a GPX. So you should probably try. Damn, I need to use this mouse more. Holy shoot. What a freaking good mouse, dude. Incat is so damn good with their recent releases. The skates, the build quality, the coding. Oh my goodness. These are good. And they look cool too. Look stylish. Yeah, so the V2 is better. It's way lighter. Better coding. All these things are better on it. You don't get hot swap on the G23 V2, but on the G23 V2 Pro, Daz has a video, dude. I assume you know who Daz Trzak is if you're here. He has a video on. He has a yellow one. It says WODA on it. What you prefer, RAWM Leviathan V4 or Incat G23 V2? For shape, RAWM Leviathan. For click feel, G23 V2. Yeah, for click and scroll wheel, G23 V2. For skates, they're equivalent. Coding, they're different but equivalent, but for different reasons. The G23 V2 is more of a traditional, really darn good, just rubberized, grippy coating. The RAWM Leviathan is more like a glossy, metallic finish. Side buttons are good on both of them. Comes down to shape. G23 V2 is like a GPX, but with more comfort grooves everywhere. Maybe it's batch difference, but 2 videos said that the wiggle was not noticeable and 2 other videos said the wiggle was extreme. I don't know, man. Brother, buy it and try it for yourself, dude. If you want a G20, if you want a GPX clone, ATK A9, MCHOS A7, G23 V2, Rapoo VT2 is also an option, especially if you battery. Well, I don't recommend battery swapping, but yeah, I don't know if you can check the Rapoo website for deals, but the Rapoo VT2 is pretty good. You get Nordic 54 series for pretty darn cheap. They're all solid, dude. They're all solid. Also, a VT9 is a pretty decent shape too. Oh, my Maya. What am I doing here? My Maya, my Maya, my Maya. You know, I came in here to tension the fulcrum, and I think really what the problem was actually... I think the switches that I chose, I did not bin them the best. I should have gone with like some more tactile Amron. What do I do, chat? Do I solder in new Amrons? The mouse is usable the way it is. I just want them to be more tactile. And I can't fulcrum bend this anymore because I toasted it by breaking it. Just order a few and return the ones I don't like. Yeah, I also feel like Big Boom, you sound pretty early into this. You sound pretty early into this process. And with that in mind, you can't have decision paralysis. Try something and formulate an opinion. My general rule of thumb for like newcomers to, well, I have this rule of thumb more so for pads. So for pads, maybe you can apply this to mice somehow. For pads, I'm still waiting on for this to dry too, by the way, guys. So I guess I can try popping it out again. Like I really want to bend this, but I don't want to break it, you know? My recommendations for pads is like get a slow, medium, fast pad. Get a speed pad, like something coated or Cordura or spandex. Get a hybrid pad for like a balanced, you know, think like an Artisan Heian. And then get something slower, like, I mean, Zero is still kind of a balanced pad, Artisan Zero, but, and then from there, either be done with it, or you will have learned, paint with a broad stroke is, I guess, what I'm saying. So like with pads, you know, you can compare 30 different types of spandex pads, 4114 Aero, GameSense LiDAR, Lamzu Energon, Artisan Raiden, Infinity Mice, Infinite Speed V2. You can compare all these spandex pads. But the differences between them are going to be much, like, it's going to be so minute. So instead of, like, obsessing over those, get a big picture view first. Get the Artisan Zero, the Artisan Heian, the Artisan Raiden. 3 different speeds. Maybe even try 3 different bases. So then, again, maybe you can apply this to mice. Get a GPX clone. Get a Viper V3 Pro clone. Get a Sora clone. I don't know, maybe, or try an Ergo if you haven't tried an Ergo before. Yeah. Final mouse shape is really nice too. That's a good safe shape. So for final mouse shapes, you know, you can be going Incut G20 029. You can go WL mouse BeastX. Darmo Shark stuff too. Pretty early, just try different switches. I've had 2 GPWs just because I prefer to use something that I'm used to. Yeah, stick with a GPW clone. G23 V2 is, like, a lot of these are not direct clones. The closest clone is, I would say, Mcho's A7. The ATK A9 has a little bit more of a thumb groove on right and left sides. And then the G23 V2 has even more of a thumb groove on the right and left. And then in the clicks, there's a little bit more of a groove too. So just keep that in mind. I don't know. GPX, though, to me, the shape, it's like master of... jack of all trades, master of none. Is the beef I have with GPX. It's a shape that everyone can reach 95% of their potential on, but not many reach 100%, if that makes sense. But I'm also splitting hairs, like, honestly. Min-maxing mouse purchases, if your goal is to get better at a game, it's to play the game more. to find good coaching, to find good team members, you know, to be the weakest link on the team because that's going to push you to be better. Study the game, etc. Yeah, those feel fine. I guess I did tension it a little bit better. That's good. The real question is, can I get... Good golly, can I get the skates back on? EDM Christmas music, guys. This is where it's at. Not really. It's just funny. You guys are gonna... It's gonna be like middle of June, and I'm gonna be rocking out to this on stream. Not actually, but yeah. I use my G305 brick. Playing game matters a lot. Probably not. Also mentioned that peripherals make only 5 to 10% difference. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. I mean, I do agree, like, peripherals will make a big difference if you are coming from absolute garbage. But, like, if your goal is just to get better at a game, wash your mouse pad, use a mouse with a half-decent sensor, turn off acceleration, spend some time in aim trainers. You can do stuff that is, like, does not require spending money. But I also understand that being a gearhead there's fun in that too. Believe me, I spend much more time with gear than I do playing any games. And again, that's how I describe this. Anytime I talk to people who, like, if I'm like, yeah, I have a podcast, and they're like, oh, what's about? And I'll be like, oh, it's a gaming adjacent. That's usually enough for people, but sometimes they'll push a little bit more. And I'll be like, oh yeah, it's specifically about like gaming mice. And they'll be like, that's niche. And I'll be like, well, if you play anything at a high level, your gear matters a lot. Think about skiing or cycling, you know. You might have a guy who's, you know, maybe he's not the best cyclist, and he would be better off just spending more time on the stationary bike at home during the winter or something but instead he wants to go and spend, you know, thousands of dollars on the carbon fiber frame with the specialty tracking apps and all this stuff. Like, being a gearhead is fine. Just understand when you're being a gearhead. That's my only caution. Understand that you're doing it for the sake of being a gearhead, not for the sake of, like, yeah. Man, these Lambsy skates, they're like such good skates, but the adhesive just sucks on them. Like, it actually sucks. This is just, it just wants to delaminate so badly. It's like, please, I want to be free. But they're nice and meaty. They're very nicely rounded. They're very rounded. I actually did tension that better. Okay. I'm quite happy with that. Cool. Beautiful. Oh, this skate's actually in decent shape still. There we go. That looks good. Yeah, it feels better if I click like further back on this Y-axis. If I click further down, it gets a little mushy. Like right there feels really good. And then a little trick I do here is you can see I put a magnet Right there. My dongle storage. Neato. I forgot. I just had this opened up. Did I have this battery swapped? I'm pretty sure I did, right? What's my Maya X coming, or my Maya X? What is my Maya coming in at? 46 grams? Yeah. It feels heavier than that. I don't know why. Alright, Lamzu Maya, you are going to go in your little caddy next to your other Lamzu mice. Your Lamzu brethren. And I gotta do this thing for the skates. Where did I put that extra tape? Here it is. Look at that. This is Pulsar X2H ES skates here. And I do want to hang on to these. X2H ES in red is the one I have, so it's actually worth a little bit of money. I got very lucky and I only spent, it was $30 plus shipping with the box and everything. It smelled a little funky, but nothing a little disinfecting can't fix. I would have random screws and bolts attached to that magnet. Yeah, G305 though, there are lots of options. You guys see the news about the G305, G304X, $100. They finally made the G305 super light, but it's $100, 57 grams, rechargeable battery. 7 years after the JQ posted about it, I saw it on Twitter. 7 years after the G305 comes out. Too little, too late. People are gonna buy it though. People are gonna buy it. I don't know why, like, they didn't just do that. I don't know, like, Logitech G just seems so far behind. Like, yes, they should make that product, and it doesn't matter that there are better products out right now. But they should have made it, like, 5 years ago. I don't know. Sock skates goes in there. Scissors go away. Doesn't make sense at $100. I know, but people are going to buy it. Okay, chat. I think I'm done for the night. Thank you all for hanging out with me, especially Big Boom and Wiz for carrying the conversation here late at night. No thanks to everyone else who's watching. No, I'm kidding. You guys are cool. Seeing the number there being 8 people watching right now makes me a little bit happy. I know you guys are busy aim training and being cool or whatever it is that you're doing. I'm going to plug in the RAWM Leviathan because I need more time on this mouse because you guys are clearly interested in it. And I honestly don't have... I did my review on it, but I honestly haven't done a ton of time with it since. So, that is what is... You guys want to see... Hang on, right before I go. You guys want to see what's on my desk right now? Oh. Alright, here's my desk right now. So we have... I just plugged in the RAWM Leviathan. Got to press and hold to power on. Cool. Where's the lights on top? Yeah, that's the other thing. You press and hold down here. Weird opinion. I like the button to be... The power light to be on the bottom or on the side. Oh, my DPI. That feels right. Yeah, Jinsoku from 10 to X, just because he gave it to me, and I like haven't gamed all that much. But we got a ton of stuff. James Donkey, Waizawa Cloud XS. Oh my god, is that a good mouse? Siberia, I got some Delux, X2H, Crazy Light, ATK Duckbill. There's my modded X2H ES in red, ER21, OGM Pro V2 in Topo. X2W4K, got a ton of dongles over here. Deluxe that I just finally fixed up, or that solder thing came out of. There's the GPX that I was saying. I don't know where the dongle is too. VGN Y2, love this mouse. This has spent a lot of time on my desk. This is another amazing mouse for the price. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I gotta go, guys. Crazy stock. Oh, you guys can, I mean, like, look at, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have camera 1. There you go. Here's the wide angle of my room. The mouse wall. The mouse wall. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you all for watching. Time for me to go. Do I go watch some, do I go to bed like a responsible boy? Do I go watch some Fallout new season? I'll decide that on my own, I think. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later. Mousecast tomorrow, 10:45 p.m. Eastern. Follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet about it. Or Discord. Okay, bye.